Alright guys, thank you for waiting. We're going to Super Mario Galaxy 2 Any Percent, run by Shadow Frost. This was also the last announcement I'm gonna do for now. And we're gonna give it over to the next host, the Extra. See you guys later, and have fun with Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Right, thank you so much, M3. Thank you for hosting for the past few bits, and Zach, Sarah, welcome on hosting as well. So yeah, welcome everyone to Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm here joined by my good friend Elias.
Hi everybody. I hope you enjoy the run.
So we're gonna quickly go in here, and we're gonna start from a new save file. We pick our main Luigi because Luigi is definitely a good brother. Unfortunately, we won't be playing as him this run, so that's our planet choice. So whenever Tech is ready and can give me a countdown, we're yeah.
Oh. We're gonna be seeing some Luigi in the week though. I think.
Definitely. We'll see some Luigi tomorrow. But for now, we're just gonna focus on this run because it's Super Mario Galaxy 2, the sequel to Mario Galaxy 1. A lot of things are the same from that run, but they've also added a lot of new things. But for now, we're just on this little intro cutscene over here. Basically, Princess Peach invites us to the castle, and we need to... All seems fine for now, but anything can happen in the Mario game. But I doubt she's gonna be there for long. So yeah, here we find our good friend Luma. He's... we can't really understand what he's saying. He's speaking in triangles and crosses. No idea what he's saying. And he's gonna be helping us along the journey. So yeah, with the Luma, we get the ability to spin. And the spin ability is going to be really useful. One thing we can do with it, for example, is break these crystals. Not the greatest thing we're going to be doing with it, but for now it works. The spin also gives you a little bit more height when you jump, making us able to skip to some places in certain moments. And yeah, you're going to see the spin a lot. Like
yeah, more height can be useful for classic speedrunning shenanigans, I guess.
So yeah, here we get to to Peach's castle, and of course Bowser is there. Who would have thought? Did you predict him being here?
Nah, totally not. I mean, the plot development in the Mario series is always on point. You can't predict anything.
So yeah, but he's huge, and he's gonna take the princess with him, and yeah, we're basically gonna chase him for a bit. So unfortunately, there's no way to stop him right now. He's flying away because Bowser suddenly got flying powers as well. I don't know.
I mean, he can fly, but then he doesn't use the flying powers at certain points. So it's just, I don't know. Just don't try to understand Mario plots. It's not gonna be worth it.
No, it's just most of the time it's just Peach gets kidnapped, save her. Just that's all you need to think about. All the extra little things, don't worry about it. So yeah, here we find some other Luma buddies, and these Lumas are gonna help us being able to transport through the galaxy, because these Lumas can transform into these launch stars. And these launch stars basically take you to a next planet, or yeah, mostly
where
to other
you need
planets.
to be.
That's. So here we're actually gonna get into the first star. We're done with the intro cutscene, and now we're actually going to do the first level. It's definitely a very basic level at first, but there's already some cool skips coming up. For example, this part over here, the intention is to go to the other side of the planet here and find a pipe to get up here. You can just do a wall jump up this wall here and do a spin afterwards, because after a spin you gain a little bit more control again of your momentum where you're heading. That way you can just basically get back on the platform over there.
Yeah, should we mention the fact that if you're moving in the air and you're moving backwards in this game, you can gain more speed. So generally, when you wall kick, you're gonna be turning on the other side. So just wall kick and pressing the direction backwards is gonna be used a lot, because you can actually move quite a lot in that direction.
So yeah, so far we're just doing all these small little skips, but avoiding a lot of platforming sections. Here we're gonna go on top of this platform over here, and we're gonna grab this comet medal. This comet medal won't be doing much for now. We're gonna play a bigger role in the run later, but it's definitely, whenever you have the chance to grab a comet medal, it's usually a good thing. I'll mention them again later once.
Yeah, once routing is going to be a bit more part in this. Is there's going to be a bit of backtracking.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of strange because you backtrack a bit more in any percent than 120 stars, which is, or 242 for that matter, which is kind of strange. Usually expect to backtrack more in the 100% category. This is kind of actually not true in this case.
So yeah, this is PB Piranha. He's what you have to break his shell and then hit him in the butts to actually get a hit in. And actually, oh, I got a really good hit there. Sometimes he doesn't jump as far if you hit him on the right place on the shell, making you able to get an immediate hit on him. Otherwise, he'll just run away, and you have to chase him for a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of, and you have to hit the sweet spot because if you're too early, you're gonna get damaged. If you're too late, you're not gonna be able to get the early hit. So you have to be pretty precise.
So yeah, at this point, we're gonna be sent back to our hub world over here. At the moment, there's just a few Lumas over here, and we're gonna meet the most annoying character in this entire game. He just talks a lot, and more talking, and a lot of talking.
Can you talk about the skip that's later in the game that involves the character that we're not gonna see?
Yeah, like during the entire run, he just constantly keeps talking to us. But in the end, like right before the end, we can actually skip a little cutscene with him in it where he talks even more. So at that point, it's called Purple Idiot Skip because this guy, he's a purple idiot because he just keeps talking to us and it's really annoying. So yeah, at the end of the run, we're gonna skip a cutscene where he talks even more, and it's like the biggest deal ever. If we don't get it, it's like, it's not a valid run.
Yeah, you have to get it. Shoutouts to this character also being the best emote in the Super Mario Galaxy Discord.
Yeah, for sure. I also realized that I wrote down the route somewhere and I lost the paper where I put it. That's gonna be interesting.
Should I go get it?
I thought I brought it with me. It should be around here somewhere. Oh well, otherwise we'll...
I don't see it from here, so... Well...
Oh well, then we're gonna improvise.
We don't need routing. I mean...
I think I know the route. It's always just nice to have it around just because I'm currently running the 80% category, but I also run the 120 star category, which basically means getting way more stars. And that route is quite a bit different. And sometimes I just start confusing those two routes. So, the Purple Idiot, I'm not even going to call him by his real name. He wants us to go to the next galaxy over there. But we're actually just going to go back to the previous galaxy for a bit because this star is still a pretty fast star.
Yeah, and even if it wasn't, I mean, I wouldn't be doing what the Purple Idiot says. So
Yeah,
I would still be going there.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Like, never do what the Purple Idiot says.
Exactly.
So yeah, over here we're getting back to this same first planet, but this time we actually have to go to the other side because we have to break this little chain jump over here. It can sometimes be a little bit annoying getting a good angle on this. There we go. But yeah, in that little chain jump there's a key, and with that we save this Luma over here, who is gonna help us get to the next planet. Also, sometimes controls get a little bit weird, like I wasn't holding to the left there while I was trying to walk, but...
Yeah, basically if you keep holding a direction and there's a camera transition, the camera will point maybe in a different, like it will be at a different angle, but you'll still be holding a direction and you'll go in the direction you were pointing before the camera transition, so that can be a bit finicky sometimes, but yeah, you can just get around that if you're used to that.
So yeah, at this part we're getting to another 2D section a little bit. We need to get to the end here, but for this part I'm just gonna long jump, skipping that set of platforms over there, and now we just have to wait a bit before we get all the way up here and we can get in that launch star. So now this mechanic from Galaxy 1 returns where we got these question mark switches, and once you hit all of the switches, something will happen. In this case, more platform appears.
More switches. I mean, that makes sense. And in case you're wondering, you can guess what will appear now. Not switches.
Yeah.
The dream.
You baited them. So yeah, here we're getting to the end. You can already see the star in the back there. But unfortunately, it's still works. Saved it. But yeah.
He had a pretty good angle for the jump, so he managed to get a wall kick there. So you can go a bit more aggressive on the jump, but if you just end up not making it, you'll not be able to get a wall kick because you're not facing the wall. So sometimes safe strats are useful.
Especially during marathons. Or we can just do all the risky strats and either go very far underestimate or very far overestimate.
You ever go overestimate?
I don't want to mention it.
Okay.
I sometimes go
That never
overestimate.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. It never happens. For sure. So yeah, as you can see, more Purple Idiot talking, and it's gonna be his thing throughout the run. So now he's not pointing at this galaxy anymore, so I think that now's the safe time to go to this galaxy.
That's safe. 100% approved.
And in this galaxy, we'll probably see the most broken thing in this entire game, which in many Mario games you can usually expect Yoshi to be broken, and yeah, in this game Yoshi is broken as well. So the first part is pretty straightforward. At first, we first have to free Yoshi because he got locked up by a Magic Koopa, and we're gonna save him because Yoshi is still a really nice buddy.
Yeah, and plus it makes the run faster, so I mean,
That's
why
also
wouldn't
true.
you?
So I'm doing a ground pound on top of this force field over here, just because when the cutscene ends, I can just instantly break open the egg. Yeah, this is Yoshi, and we're gonna do some interesting tricks over here. Before we move on to the rest of the level, we're doing some infinite flutters.
You just gotta love saying that for the first time. Like,
so yeah, these infinite flutters are probably the fastest form of transportation throughout the entire run.
no, launch stars are faster. Like,
Oh, all right.
look at that.
Yeah, launch stars are faster.
You have to appreciate the fact that they're completely they do not cost any money. They're totally just they do not have pollution. They're just the best way of transportation you can ever have.
That's definitely true. But yeah, the infinite flutters, you can get a lot of distance with those flutters. You can get a lot of height with those flutters. I'm gonna lose Yoshi for a little bit because it's just a little bit faster to get up there, because getting more height with Yoshi, it's usually pretty slow. So if you don't have to use Yoshi to get height, then you probably don't want to do that. But for certain areas, for example this one, where we just can't get enough height with just Mario, we're gonna do some more infinite flutters up here just to skip like half of this planet over here. Quickly gonna grab this flower. Like if you target on the screen, like I gotta mention, like this is still a Wii game, so there has to be some sort of motion controls and things like that, and pointing at the screen. But yeah, if we point at one of those flowers and press the B button, Yoshi will use his tongue to actually get close to the flower. And here, sorry Yoshi, it's just faster grabbing stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Yoshi fan, you probably hate seeing that, but that happens so many times in so many games. You're not even gonna bother anymore. I mean,
It's
at least you're not dropping him in a chasm of doom, and he's not gonna die because there's a platform behind. So
yeah, he's fine. He can just spend the rest of his time on that planet there. So with that, we're gonna do the other star in here as well, because normally this is a pretty long star, but with the infinite Yoshi flutters, it's actually gonna be a pretty fast one. This is where you'll see the true wonderful magic of infinite flutters and why they're so good in this run. Also expect to be hearing this little song a lot, but every time for each level we have to enter, and you'll hear that song.
yeah, my brain just at this point after running, well, it's the same song that you'll see in Galaxy 1. The point is that after running the game for so much, my brain just ignores that song.
So before we can do the trick, of course we need Yoshi, so I'm quickly gonna move around these enemies a little bit. And instead of moving forward, I'm just gonna stand here for a bit and I'll start fluttering. We're just gonna leave this planet behind, and after a little while, the camera turns and we're gonna get to this planet over here.
Oh hey, we're at the land of the devil. Just you can, if well, you can see there's going to be a fight now. That was pretty obvious. That was totally not an arena. I mean,
Totally not. But yeah, at one, that speed that you're building, it doesn't last forever. Like, it will only last for a certain amount of time before Yoshi just loses all of his speed all of a sudden. So for that reason, I played it safe and just dropped Yoshi into the abyss again. Mostly because if you lose all your momentum, it can be pretty tough to make it back to the platform.
so yeah, they're not really infinite. They're more like very long flutters. But for the purpose of what we mean is this, I think you understand.
Messed up there a little bit. Oh, don't knock me off! Oh,
Rip the dream.
That's,
Yeah, it was for us. It was turned there in a very bad angle. You can save yourself if you're sliding, if you're butt sliding, as we call that. You can't save yourself if you're sliding on the belly. So
I wasn't paying too much attention because normally this boss is pretty free, but I was just messing around a bit. Also, I can mess around here a bit. He's gonna try to attack us, but yeah, he's just going underneath us.
I mean, you can't lose speed in an axis if you don't have speed. So you can do that.
So here I'm gonna be really close to the edge because also I'm gonna be shooting my starbits a lot. Just I'll explain that in a little bit. But first, let's hit this guy one more time, like in standard Mario fashion. Like most of that's kind of unfortunate. So I gotta wait for it. Yeah. Oh. Hang on. Gotta be careful there. Unfortunately, these little edges sometimes just break your spiny when you try to shoot it. Oh, stop moving. He gets really annoying in the third phase, so. Come on. No.
Well, he stands there at least when he's doing that.
No,
so.
no, not again. Okay. Woo! We did it. Yeah, okay, Mario's fine. Was kind of scared that he might have been dropped off by getting hit there. But yeah, as you can see at the moment, we have 0 starbits. And most of the time, right before the end of the level, I'll try to shoot away all my starbits. Because there will actually be, after you beat each level, you get a little bit summary of what you did in a level. And they'll give you an update on how many coins you grabbed and how many starbits you grabbed and how many coins and starbits you grabbed in total. But if you don't have any starbits at the end of the level, you don't actually get the update of how many starbits you've collected. And that saves a text box, which is about a second from the top of my head. And
I think it's a bit less. But the point is that just we're going to be collecting 70 stars. So 70 seconds is a lot.
Yeah.
Even if it is a bit less, you can understand that saving just under a minute, right about, it's going to be adding up throughout the course of the run, so.
Because even though we do need quite a lot of starbits in the run, however, this category is officially the any percent with bank toads category, which means that we can use the bank toad, which saves up a lot of starbits from your other save files. Also, I gotta focus here a little bit on the trick. Oh. Because we're skipping a power up over here, by the way. Nice. Or just triple jumping up here. You're not intended to triple jump up there.
Yeah, you can see that by the fact that there is this lobe that pulls you down. That they actually try to prevent that, probably. But I mean, we find ways. We find the ways.
So yeah, this is the power-up that they wanted you to grab at the previous planet. This is a drill power-up, and it makes you go through these soft spots of the Earth and get to the other side of the planet. As you can see, it's not the most fast power-up because the animation takes a while. So I'm also going to be trying to do a little skip over here. Didn't work, unfortunately. Need to be a little bit closer to the corner here. There we go. We kind of clipped in the wall there, and that way we don't have to go to that platform over there. It doesn't save that much time, but
it's a cool time.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's just better to do it. I mean.
So at this planet, at first it doesn't really show you which way to go. It's kind of confusing, but once you just get to this part, the Luma will actually appear, and the Luma will create the launch star for us. And the next part is going to be very important. Also, we're just skipping this planet. But we're going to go in first-person mode here, and we're going to say hi to Captain Toad. And then we hit him with a few star bits, because he's actually wants to start talking to you and tell you about what's coming up here. But if you shoot him with a few star bits, he actually gets in the getting hit animation, and he isn't able to speak to you for a little bit. And during that time, you just move away from him, and he doesn't talk to you. And it saves a few seconds. Also, this is Digalag. This boss is gonna have some RNG over here. We need to hit him. We need to hit the star on the bottom. We're gonna hope he can start jumping one of two ways, and preferably he's gonna jump on top of me, because as you saw, he then jumps away and immediately turns around. Otherwise, he'll just keep jumping for a very long time. So I'm gonna hope here again that he's gonna jump this way. He did, so that means he's gonna instantly go back to, well, he's gonna shoot one more of these guys, and then he's immediately gonna, oh, it was barely too early.
Yeah, but
Oh,
imagine getting good RNG.
yeah, we got really good RNG, so that's good.
Yeah, I just gotta mention this. We're not gonna be seeing much RNG in this game.
No.
It's very movement based, and it rewards consistency most on top of everything else. So
Really wish I had still a route somewhere. I wrote it on a paper when I got here. Maybe it's still in one of my pockets.
well, if it's not there, just focus on that. I'll try to see if I can spot it from here, but I don't think so.
Maybe in this pocket then. Otherwise, I don't know it at this point. Oh well, I think I know the route though. It's only late game that it gets a little bit more confusing, but at this point the route is pretty straightforward. Oh. Also, sometimes, I didn't even mention, sometimes Laba sends you to the bottom of the planet once a new resident has been found for the planet. However, it makes it really annoying because you have to move all the way back to the top of the planet to actually select the level again. So that's another reason why we hate purple idiots.
You see, he's not very. I mean, it's not like he actively opposes you, but he manages to just be so annoying without even trying to oppose you. That's actually a meme.
So yeah, this is right side down galaxy. In this level, we're gonna see a lot of gravity sweeping. Like after a while, we see the background having different arrows. Basically, it points to which direction the gravity is aiming, and with those switches you see over there, you can switch the gravity, but we don't need that. We're just long jumping over there. Here I'm gonna use the Goomba to not having to land on a platform over there, and instead of going up and hitting the switch, we're just gonna jump down here because it still works. Normally a lot of chain jumps would be spawning here as well, but since the game doesn't really intend you to be in that area with that kind of gravity, they just don't spawn them. And here we find another power-up. This one making a return from Galaxy 1, the fire power-up.
Making a return from forever, I guess.
Yeah, from forever. But yeah, it's basically throw fireballs, and with the fireballs, you can break crates like this. We're gonna be seeing this power-up a
Now,
few
this
times.
section can be very bad if you're not used to it. Because the camera angle is very, very weird.
Also, we're skipping this entire final section by just jumping on top of the wall and then jumping back inside the level again. And that's where the star is. There we go.
Yeah, you won't see that in this category, but I think Nintendo every now and then realizes the fact that their games every now and then are a bit broken. And where they put the green stars, which are the stars that you need to collect with Luigi, you'll see that some stuff is actually intended. I mean, they knew that you could get up there. So you won't see that in this run, but if you ever watch a 120, well, not a 120, 242 run of this game or Green Stars run, you'll see a lot of just places where you're thinking, wait, you can go there.
Yeah. Now we're gonna actually head back into this level because there's actually a secret star in this level over here. So somewhere along the way there was another path. I hope people were paying attention and they might have seen it already. Oh, I need to get on with this flower. It's in this pipe over here. The game wants you to switch to gravity, but if you're just close to the pipe, it'll just put you in and think you're on the correct gravity. And the trash missions from Galaxy 1 return, but
At least this one is a bit better.
this one is way better. Like in this little level, in this little mini game over here, we have to break all the boxes within 20 seconds, and we're granted the fire flower for that. It's usually not that bad. Like the trash mini game from Galaxy 1 where you had to use bomb bombs, it's way worse. So this one is usually dozens.
Shoutouts for there being no trash minigame in the any percent route in Galaxy 1.
The trash minigame isn't that bad once you know the strats.
I know that, but shoutouts for it not being in the route.
Yeah, that's true. Shooting my star bits again. And that's another star. Also, you'll probably see me throwing my controller a lot. It's just, I don't know why I do that. It's probably not safe. Sorry, Nintendo.
Not putting, you didn't put in on delays also. So yeah, you're just completely the disrespect for Nintendo's safety regulations right now is off the charts, dude.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, at this point, another resident appears on... Well, not really a resident. Another visitor appears on the ship, which is the Bank Toad. He's gonna have lots of starbits for us, but we won't be grabbing the starbits until a bit later in the run, because we need... Throughout the run, I'm gonna be using around 4,800 starbits from the top of my head, so... Luckily, Bank Toad has, like, more than enough starbits for us for that. Yeah, now we're gonna see this new power-up over here. The intro cutscene kinda...
The most broken thing in the game. Apart from Yoshi.
I think Yoshi's still broken, yeah. But besides that, this power-up is pretty broken as well.
Well, it's not really broken, but they probably didn't realize what they were getting into by putting that power-up in the game.
So yeah, the cloud power-up, it makes you able to create some more platforms. And with these platforms, Nintendo is just bad at placing dead zones, so we can just long jump over here. And then we use...
You can just guess that the normal way would be just getting a launch star from somewhere over in the level, but hey.
Wasn't able to get high enough. Fortunate, that means I need to grab another cloud power-up over here. You only get 3 clouds, so you can't go to really far away places, but...
Well, we should also mention that the fact that you'll get... All of your jumps will become more floaty, as you'll literally like weigh less in the game.
Oh.
There's a gravity value in the game for your character that's changed when you grab this power-up. So that even boosts your long jump distances, so it's very, very...
broken.
Not really.
Once you know
once you know what you can do, it's broken.
And with that, so far we've been grabbing the comet medal in like every level so far, but this is actually, since that skip is there, and the comet medal being at a part where that we're basically skipping, it's actually the first level where we're not grabbing the comet medal. But so far, I should have all the comet medals. The route is pretty tight on the amount of comet medals I'll be grabbing, so I can't miss any, basically. Can be really bad if I miss one somewhere. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Also, sometimes Luma sends you back inside of the ship, usually when you beat the level which utilizes around a certain power-up.
Basically, when you beat the tutorial level for that power-up, you get sent there because you collected that power-up for the ship.
Sometimes it's not even the tutorial level. Sometimes it's like the 3rd level you're using it, and then you're finally getting the power-up. It's really random sometimes when you're actually getting it.
Which power-up is that that's getting 3rd level?
I think it's like...
Spring?
I think the Boulder power-up you get later, actually. I'm not sure. We'll see in a bit. I thought you would only get that until the bowling level.
Could be, but we'll see later. I mean, it's a very... It's basically a detail in the game, and also we didn't mention Chimp.
Oh yeah, the Chimp. He was at the end of the previous level.
Yeah.
We'll see him more often. Also, we're using the momentum.
Unfortunately, I guess.
Oh, the chimp isn't too bad. But yeah, we use the momentum from the swamp there to actually get on this wall here. And you can already see the planet we're going to, and this gravity field of this planet is huge. And
Bowser Jr. bosses tend to be large mechs, and you need a large gravity field in the game to keep you on that planet to avoid just falling down to nothing. And that can be exploited in many ways across Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, so...
yeah, there are a lot of similarities between Galaxy 1 and 2, so...
it's the same engine, basically. So with little tweaks for Galaxy 2.
So yeah, this is... I forgot his name. I think it's
Gobblegut.
Gobblegut, yeah. What we have to do here is hit all the weak points on his body. And we already hit 2 of them early. Because normally you just have to wait for him to actually start attacking you like that. And then they'll actually get close to the ground. But yeah, we don't need that. We can... Sometimes he just flies close to the planet and then you can already hit them. So here's he's gonna attack us some more.
Yeah, later in the game, we'll not meet. I think we'll not go to Fiery Gobblegut.
No, we won't do Fire Gobblegut.
That's the most annoying boss in the game. 100%.
Yeah, but it's also in like the worst galaxy in this game. And luckily we're skipping on the worst galaxy as well in this game. Oh, oops.
Having the safety coin there.
Yeah.
That's a smart choice, guys.
Okay, I got close. He got close enough to the planet there. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to be close enough. But yeah, sometimes what I said, he flies close to the planet and you can just hit him in midair, which is really useful.
Which, I mean, I don't know why they missed that.
Maybe it was intended?
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll never know, I guess.
But yeah, now we get a Grand Star. What the lore behind the game is that this star gives you more power than a regular star, making us able to go to the next world. But technically, it's just opening the path up.
Shoutouts to worlds containing galaxies in this game. That totally makes sense.
Does it? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, naming conventions in Mario games is just...
we should just stop trying to understand the game. This stuff.
Yeah, like we said in the start, so don't try to understand lore in Mario games. It's weird. So yeah, Purple Idiot talking to us even more. But it's gonna be a thing throughout the entire run, so I'm gonna be really hyped when we get to Purple Idiot skip. And a little bit of a cutscene is playing here. And with that, we're going to the next world. The next world is still going to be straightforward because a certain thing hasn't been unlocked yet at this point. So we're just going to be collecting the easy stars in here, or at least the faster stars. And Lava talks to us some more. And then we can actually continue to Puzzle Playing Galaxy. Probably the best new music introduced
Banger
in this
alert.
game.
Just saying.
It's really good music. Like the Galaxy games in general have really good music. But this is probably one of the top songs that I've added to it. Still, my favorite Galaxy song is from Galaxy 1, which they kind of remade in this game, which is the Galaxy Garden theme.
Galaxy Garden is... I have an unpopular opinion that song is overrated, but I can understand why people like it.
But yeah, at this point, we're first... there will be these puzzle pieces sometimes where the entire place is based on puzzles and puzzle pieces and things like that. Luckily, we can skip a lot of them most of the time. For example, here they want you to lower the platforms from the bottom, raise the platforms from the bottom, but yeah, with a backflip you get high enough. Here I'm also gonna be doing a triple jump off this falling wall, just so we can get on top of here without that section going down. And at this point, there's a lot of these saws breaking platforms, trying to make our path go away. But since we're moving this fast, it's usually you don't even see them starting to fall down. So
I can appreciate Bowser trying hard enough to make saws as enemies. They're at least more useful than Goombas.
I mean, I've died to Goombas more often than to the saws, though.
Yeah, because Goombas are everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, in this part, we have to complete the puzzle, and we gotta ground pound these pieces multiple times. Sometimes it's a little bit glitchy, your ground pound, and you can do like 2 ground pounds instantly in a row. It's very inconsistent and almost random at that point. It's like there's some strat behind it, you having to press Z at the exact correct moment, but it's definitely not viable to consistently do. So yeah, this guy made a return from Galaxy 1. It's also a boss in there.
It's also a very brief return, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very hard boss. We didn't even use a mechanic in the game. That's a spin. That's the basically the spin pound, and it actually aims on the enemy. So that makes this thing free, basically.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if we're gonna use a spin ground pound during this run. I know we do during 120, or no, during Green Stars we use it for a very specific strat, but not entirely sure.
Spin ground pound is used sometimes. At least it's used more than side flip.
True. Side flip is terrible in this game. Also, Luma's telling us now about the world map, where you can see all the worlds with galaxies in them, and
I just can't. Every single time I hear worlds with galaxies in it, it just what?
It's so weird. But yeah, now we're going to Puzzle Plane Galaxy, where we're gonna see our good friend Yoshi again.
Itail Falls. Itail Falls.
Itail Falls.
We just went into Puzzle Plane.
Oh, sorry, I mispronounced. My bad, guys. It's early, sort of. So yeah, even Yoshi can get some power-ups. And in this level, we'll see the Dash Pepper. And the Dash Pepper, you'll see what happens. Because Yoshi doesn't like spicy food that much, so he starts running really fast. That's all there is to it. He starts running really fast with the Dash Pepper, making us able to run up walls, run up...
Run
a lot. Over here, I'm gonna go with... I'm going through the left pad over here, because there's an additional Dash Pepper there. I kind of messed up there, so I need to grab this one again. Stop running into the wall, Yoshi. Come on. Get back here. It's sometimes really finicky to maneuver your way around that corner there.
I mean, the controls for Dash Pepper Yoshi are a bit strange.
Yeah.
If you're not used to them, the first time you try, you're gonna die. 100%. I mean, that's happened to everybody that I've ever seen playing the game casually.
Yeah. But yeah, we want to grab a second Dash Pepper there, mostly because we keep the Dash Pepper even after we went through the launch star. Also, we can jump very far while in Dash Pepper mode. Also, I forgot to do the Infinite Flutter thread. Oh well. Then we're just gonna run there. It saves like 1 or 2 seconds. This is probably one of the less important Infinite Flutters.
Yeah, it's not really... I think it's better to just... We will show Infinite Flutters a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think we have many Dash Pepper sections in the game.
Also, when you jump off Yoshi while in Dash Pepper mode, you fly really far. Even that far that you can just go to the star and skip that final section over there, which is actually pretty hard. I'm so glad that you can just skip that. Because you have to go through an entire maze, and at one time if you just run against the wall, you just fall down and have to do it all over again.
On the very bottom of that part of the level, should mention that.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go back and then just go back up.
So up next is we're gonna be introduced to another new power-up again, which is the Boulder power-up. And the Boulder power-up, it's terrible. You don't want to be Boulder most of the time, so we're gonna be trying to skipping most of the things with the Boulder.
Still better than Spring.
Everything's better than Spring.
Even B is better than Spring.
Yeah. I think we actually have to use the Spring power-up once during this run. So
in
the
Chomp Works. Oh god.
Yeah. We'll get through it.
That power up is a power down, really. So
yeah,
you'll see that. You'll see when we get there.
Yeah. Anyway, for a brief moment, we're gonna unlock this Boulder power up over here. Mostly because we need to get the comet medal, which is right in this crystal over here. It's definitely still worth it to grab the comet medal, but preferably you don't want the Boulder power-up.
Well, it's actually a good power-up game design-wise. I mean, just not very useful for speedrunning purposes.
So here we're gonna go for a pretty interesting skip. I'm gonna be lining myself up here and long jumping over here. And if I spin at the right time, I barely get enough height to actually make it to this platform, to this section over here. Unfortunately, I ran into the toad and he completely messed with my angle, so I need to get a new Boulder power.
So you just seen there that steel beats rock. I mean, it should be pretty obvious, but hey.
Oh, stop missing it. But yeah, the only useful thing about Boulder power-up is that you can break big things and knock over big things. And I guess
Not chain jumps though.
Not chain jumps. Chain jumps are overpowered.
I agree there.
But yeah, this is the Rockadillo. He's gonna be rolling a lot just like us in Boulder power-up, but it usually takes him a while if he actually starts rolling for us to be able to hit him. So we're gonna be trying to avoid him to start spinning, because we need to hit him in the butt. It seems to be a thing in the Galaxy games. You need to hit things in the butt.
Well, mostly in Galaxy 2 actually. I mean, I'm trying to think about enemies that you have beat from behind. Well, there's in Galaxy 1, there's one.
You also have the crabs in Galaxy 1, which you kind of hit in the butt technically.
Yeah. Why would you actually, the whole game can be done without hitting any crabs, I think.
I'm not sure. It's I guess.
I'm 99% positive. So, I mean, they're just Goombas. You can just avoid them.
Yeah. In this game, we need to kill crabs at one point, though. But we
Yeah.
can use the Boulder power-up to kill them, so we don't even need to hit them in the butt.
Just smash them.
Throw into them. The Boulder power is still very strong. Besides against chain jumps. Chain jumps are OP. Like, there's only one way to... No, there's two ways to destroy chain jumps. Either the invincibility star or using one of those green bouncy things.
Yeah, because apparently that's harder than steel.
Dang. I don't even want to know what's in there then. And Mario can just spin against him and I just start flying off. Mario's most OP in the end. And I guess we got the Boulder power-up over here, so it's a different power-up. I think it's the Fire Flower power-up, actually, because we already used the Fire Flower power-up.
Oh, yeah, you get that in Fizz Flake, I think.
Yeah. For some reason, that one you get really late.
Whatever.
Yeah, for now, we're gonna go to Cosmic Cove over here. And Cosmic Cove, the first star and the secret star in here are really, really fast, and the second star is really, really slow. It's a very diverse level.
Yeah, you'll see some Resident Sleeper moments in the second star.
Luckily, we're not doing the second star, so no Resident Sleeper today. But yeah, during this level, we actually need to collect some coins. So we're gonna be grabbing a shell over here, and these little guys, if you first hit them with a star bit and then shine your Koopa shell at it, they drop a coin. If you would normally just shine on them, they drop star bits. But since we need a few extra coins along the route, it's actually useful to hit them with a star bit first. Okay, I'm gonna be doing that again.
Apparently for some reason, Luma wants to eat coins. That's not helpful. Don't try to do this at home, but
kids don't eat coins.
Exactly, that's not good. But apparently Luma's like that, so yeah, to each his own, I guess, and we're gonna need that 15 coins, I think.
So here, grabbing 6 more, and then there's 1 more coin over here. Well, it's a little bit out of the way, but since the common medal's here, it's then again on the route. Now, gonna be using the shell. If you actually angle yourself out of the water with the shell, you just gain a lot of height. And with that, we can just get on top of the tower. And yeah, this is one of the Hungry Luma. This one wants 15 coins, and once you feed him 50 coins, he creates a launch star and a new planet for us to collect a different star. And also, he's perfectly angled. It's like right behind the penguin. Good job, penguin. Also, we're not doing this yet, by the way.
Yeah, it's just faster to unlock that, because once you unlock that, even if you enter the level, you're not gonna have to unlock it again. It will just already be unlocked.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to that straight after this. You're gonna hear. God, how many times you hear the same tune over and over again in these runs? Sometimes gets a bit annoying, but it's still, Galaxy games are still so much fun to do.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's just some things. It's just like basically this game is the polar opposite of 64. I think about that so many times. In 64, the sound effects are pretty good. I don't really like the soundtrack that much though. And this game is really like completely opposite. The soundtrack is really good, but the sound effects are meh.
Yeah. So right now we're gonna go back to Cosmic Cove, and this is actually a part where I need to pay attention. Normally I just smash A when going to the next level because it then selects the first uncollected. It selects the first unselected star. But now we definitely want to go back into Star 1 because Star 2 is really, really slow. So yeah.
And also you can skip cutscene. At the beginning if you
already
entered the star.
Yeah.
So you want to do that? It's 6 seconds or 7 seconds. You say.
Also, really unfortunate thing they removed from Galaxy 1. In Galaxy 1, you could just keep on spinning underwater like continuously in a row, which makes swimming way, way faster. In this game, they patched that, and the shell is actually the fastest way to move underwater. So,
Sad.
Yeah.
No more workout %.
No, we're just holding A at this point. The shell's slightly faster when you hold A. It's barely noticeable.
Everything in this game is just slightly better if you hold A.
True. Like you jump a little bit higher. When you spin, you get a little bit higher. If you hold A, it's just hold A, guys. Holding A is important. So yeah, this is a bunny, and we're quickly gonna turn the planet into ice beforehand because then we can just quickly chase after him. I'm trying to hit him with the star bit here, but unfortunately I couldn't get him in time. Also,
there's a strategy that actually relies on a pretty precise input, so you don't have to freeze the planet to get him. But it's just if you mess that, you're gonna lose a bit of time. So this is the safe way to do that.
Yeah, rather play it safe and turn the planet into ice. And after this point, I think I need to go to the bank toad now, if I remember correctly. Because up next
I think so. Because up next there's the Angry Luma Star.
Yeah. So, yeah, throughout the run, there will be these hungry Lumas you see in the world map over here. They require quite a bit of star bits, but the good thing about them is that they unlock new levels, which sometimes are really, really fast. And this one is especially really fast. Well, the regular star in this galaxy is really slow, but the secret star is just really fast. That in the end, even though we have to unlock the level, call over the hungry Luma, at this point, grab a lot of star bits from the bank.
Well, we'll be grabbing way more than we need right now.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna need more later, so it just saves continuous trips to the bank. Though you just gotta take them all in one sitting. Also, you've probably seen there, the more you click on the give me star bits arrow, basically, the more it gives you faster. So.
So yeah, throughout the run, I took out like 4,900. Like the bare minimum is I think about 4,800 you need to get out of the bank. But rather play it a little bit more safe and just hold the button just a little bit longer.
Yeah, saving 2 frames there, releasing the button is
it's not worth it. But yeah, this is the Honeybloom Galaxy, which is it's a really fun level in general, but it's kind of slow. So we're just gonna be going for the secret star over here, which is like right next to the start. The entire level revolves around the B power-up, which is not the greatest power-up, but it could be the spring power-up. So it's not that bad.
Spring putt.
Gonna be a thing throughout the run that we're just gonna keep bashing the spring power-up.
Oh, you'll see that. I just don't know if you guys are lucky or not for seeing that, but you'll understand.
Like for people who've never seen this game before, they need to know why we bash the spring power-up, because
you can't long jump, you can't run. I'll just say this. This is enough. I won't spoil anymore. You can't long jump and you can't run. So
yeah, be glad that it's barely not in the red. Like 120 stars is a little bit more annoying because you need to grab it during like 3 stars, I think, instead of 1. So, it's really annoying. So yeah, more characters appearing on the ship, but luckily the game is routed out in such a way that sometimes you get really convenient double texts. So for example, we just got a letter from the Chimp saying that a letter has on that he is in a galaxy somewhere. Don't remember from. Also, I'm missing a star somewhere. I should have been able to go through here already.
Yeah, you're missing. Item Falls too.
Oh, I remember.
Comet.
No.
I think it's Item Falls too. I don't really want to.
Dang, this is why I should have the route next to me. Oh god, this is routing on the fly, guys. It's.
Is that route somewhere online?
Not really yet.
I can.
You need to open a VOD or something. We're gonna improvise the route over here.
I can get it if you want.
Yes, please. I'm.
Okay.
Oh god, guys.
We can actually get the actual paper, maybe, but
This paper should be around here somewhere. It's like a piece of A4 paper. With
that's very helpful, Frosty.
I don't know. It's like.
Then again, what does it look like? A piece of A4 paper. It's probably pretty obvious. But
For now, we're just rounding on the fly for a little bit. So yeah, for this level, we need to grab coins. Like, quite a few of them, so I'm just gonna be walking along the path here. What star did I miss? I thought I was on the correct
I
amount
think
there.
that's Item Falls too.
No, we don't do this during any percent.
Frosty, I think I found it.
Yes! Woo! Someone found the round!
Okay, let me see.
I have a quick look on what I missed.
Okay, you know, you did Fluffy Bluff's secret, I think. Or did you do
Oh
that?
yeah, I forgot Fluffy Bluff secrets. Well, it's not too big of a deal. Like, we're doing this one now. Thank you so much, hosting station, for finding the paper.
You're welcome.
Also, I need to talk to this guy. Hello? Can you talk to this guy, please? Alright, at this point, I want to have this
Okay.
route next to me.
Okay, well, I can just leave it there. I
Yeah.
guess. Be sure to learn the Galaxy one, right?
I'm gonna be writing that one down as well. Like, Galaxy 1 is gonna be tomorrow, as it currently stands. So, we're both gonna be there for that one as well. So, I definitely need to write down the route for that one as well, because normally I just have my splits open and then I don't need to remember the routes.
Also, there is something you don't want to miss in that game, but you'll see that. We'll probably talk about that. Because you can easily forget to do one thing and then you lose 2 minutes for no real reason.
But we'll see that
No
tomorrow.
spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna focus on this game and actually do the route at this point. Hopefully. I hope this doesn't mess up with any of the comments or anything.
I don't think so.
Nah, it shouldn't. So now we can go to Bowser Jr. Or Bowser. I mean, we're in World 2 already. Like, Bowser Jr. is gonna be in the uneven worlds and Bowser is gonna be in the even worlds. And we're basically going to the end of World 2 now. And Luma is telling, or Purple Idiot is telling us about this little screen over here. It gives you an update on which stars you've collected where, but yeah, we're not using that. So now we can go through here. We found it. Let's pretend that never happened, okay? Like, it's gonna be our little secret. So yeah, the Bowser levels are definitely quite a bit different than the Bowser Jr. levels. Bowser Jr. levels are usually pretty short and have a unique boss at the end. Bowser levels have a little bit more of platforming and then, but there will always be the same boss at the end. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but I've already mentioned the name like 3 times in the last 30 seconds.
It's not like the level is called Bowser's Big Lava Party. I mean...
Also over here, once you kill that Magic Koopa, a pool star appears here, so you can get to the other side there. But a long jump is close enough to get to the gravity field. Also, we don't need to use this spring over here.
Oh my god, use a side flip.
Oh right, there's like one side flip in the entire run, and it's over there.
Side flip in this game is really bad.
It's actually useful, the side flip. But yeah, at this point...
It's like the backflip in 64.
Mhm.
It's pretty useless.
Oh, gotta be careful here. We're gonna be going for a little skip here also. The first time
Lava boost!
Not yet. Lava boost! And that way we make it all the way down here and we don't have to go up that platform over there. So here we're just crouching underneath him. And then once we get there, we're gonna do a triple jump, which barely gets us high enough to grab the comet medal. And then he just doesn't see us at all. We're just quietly sneak around them. And then we don't have to deal with them. Also, oops, my bad. I messed up a little bit there, but no worry. So over here, in a moment, I'll be grabbing the live shroom, which gives us more health. Which is going to be really useful during this part because there's a lot of lava which we can lava boost on. However, since, especially in Galaxy 1, you don't really need the live shroom because there's not as much lava boost threats. So usually...
There's one, but it's very...
At least it's not as common as in this game.
Yeah.
So from that game, the live shroom usually gets the name the Mushroom of Shame because the mushroom...
shroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just shorten that.
The shame shroom, mushroom of shame, whatever. It's just because it creates a text box and it just gives you more health, which is playing it safe. So usually when you're grabbing that, it's kind of a shame. But in this game, it's more so you can lava boost a bit more. And I didn't even go for the lava boost thread, but so it actually was a mushroom of shame. So yeah,
We can say that's for the route, okay?
yeah,
That's for the route. And now you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, over here we're gonna get to the first.
Who would have guessed?
It's Bowser! Yeah, we're gonna be fighting Bowser over here if it wasn't that obvious yet. And Bowser has a few tricks up his sleeves, but he's not that interesting at of a boss fight. At least not this time yet, because he's gonna do some. It's not gonna be that long of a fight, mostly because he's really nice to us and quickly uses the attack we want. So first we need him to drop meteorites, and after he drops the meteorites, we need him to punch the planet because then the meteorites fly out and we can hit him with them. Like, it's gonna be a couple of times hitting him like that. So if the host wanna tell us anything at all at this point, now would probably be a good time.
Apparently not.
Host is not paying attention. Oh, well, then I'll just talk myself through this, Sex.
Sorry, I didn't catch what you said. I apologize.
No worry. Then I'm just gonna talk. Like, at this second phase, Bowser gains a new trick, which is breathing fire. After dropping the meteorite, so we have to wait around a little bit longer during that attack. So now it's gonna be the same attack again. So if the host wants to say something, now would be a good sign for it.
All right, let's do that then. Let's first of all thank you all for watching the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. We are streaming for you live from Boulder, the Netherlands, for the first time on the ESA channel, who is supporting the event, and they provide us with additional equipment as well as experience and knowledge. Also, I want to take attention to the incentives coming up, which are like some names for Final Fantasy, and you can find all of those on the donation page anyway. We have some Celeste file names, we have Help or Don't Help the Mustache Kid for Hat in Time, we have some Lufia boss choices or name incentives, so there's a lot of things you can put your money towards, so get those donations in, guys. I'll throw it back to you, Frosty.
Thank you, Sex. So yeah, with that, we've collected the second Grand Star, and this little animation starts playing again, where we're gonna be unlocking the next world. And at this point in the game, this is definitely where the game starts ramping up a little bit. The levels become more difficult, strats are becoming more difficult, and it's gonna be more fun of our run. Like this, so far, it's been introduction. Now this is where the real game starts.
After an hour, I guess.
Yeah, it was about time, right?
Oh, come on. Well, I understand now why you get the fire flower power up as in the third star you use that. You actually do Freeze Flake 1, which is supposed to be the introduction level for the fire flower, as third level when you get the fire flower. Because you first do Freeze Flake S, and you do right side down secret. You're not supposed to do that.
But the fire flower is also in right side down 1. We're breaking the boxes along the way. So the intended way is to skip that galaxy. Technically you can because it's not on the path to advance.
Well, Nintendo, please just.
Yeah, come on, just.
We love you, but we also have that mixed feelings, Sarah.
Yeah, but we have questions on why you did certain things certain ways. So yeah, this is Cloudy Court Galaxy, and as you can imagine, in a galaxy that has the word cloud in it, there will be the cloud power up again,
and there will be break the game long jumps.
Because yeah, I didn't really mention them beforehand, but there's a thing called the cloud long jump, which is if you create a cloud and immediately do a long jump after it. When you make a cloud, you get a little bit of upwards momentum, and if you immediately do a long jump after that, you can see we get a lot of distance out of that. Just because you gain a little bit more height, so the long jumps are just way further.
You can use a similar technique actually when there are spinning platforms. I don't know if you will see that. Probably you will see that. I can't remember.
Yeah, we'll be going to the galaxy thingy with it. I forgot the name. It's Flip Swap Galaxy or something.
Yeah, Flip Swap, I think.
Also, this guy is really annoying. That guy that throws rocks, he always hits me with rocks. So I took it really safe there and didn't get hit.
Just a minute for everybody watching us. Don't hit people with rocks. That's a bad thing. Don't do that.
This game gives really bad standards to people, like eating coins, throwing rocks at people,
murdering turtles.
Also, a thing that I also didn't mention before, after each cloud that I make, I quickly press the Z button. It's called a cloud cancel, and it makes the animation a little bit faster. Normally, if you make a cloud, it takes like a little bit before you can start moving again. But if you quickly do a ground pound after, it skips the animation. Also, I'm playing it really safe over here. I should have gone for the comet medal first, but whatever. Like, it's barely doable to make the cycle with getting the comet medal and getting all the way up here, but if you get squashed there, you get sent, like, pretty far back, so...
Again, taking it safe,
it's still a marathon run. If you want to see all the most interesting threats, and you should probably see a non-marathon run and probably by a world record runner or something. And I mean, most strats I go for, but there are still a few strats that even I don't go for yet, just because they're really risky. And with that, I'm just gonna look at the route every time now. I'm not gonna make any more mistakes in this route now. Not after that disaster from earlier.
Well, to be fair, Fluffy Bluff Secret is not that much faster than Devil. I just mentioned a meme in the community, so I'm just not gonna mention that again because we're being PG. But that's a meme in the community. So I-tail falls.
We just got a donation. Got some time for that?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we have €1 from Appletart saying, Mario, what is this strange version of Luigi's Mansion? Can both host and couch give their best Luigi or Mario impressions? You guys first.
Alright. Mario!
It's a me, Mario!
Well, I already did mine earlier, so...
There we go!
No. It's a me, Mario!
I'm kind of disappointed that you both went for a Mario impression and not a Luigi impression.
Well, you did Luigi. I was supposed to do Mario.
Feel free to do it right now, Frosty.
I did one. I did.
Another one.
Mario. But yeah, we found the Chimp again. He gives us these little challenges in different levels. And in this level, we have to score enough points to beat his high score. And after that, he'll give us a star. That's usually not that difficult of a minigame, unless when you get hit by spikes and they throw you like that. I've never gotten like hit by one 3 times. Stop it!
Well, the first challenge is pretty easy to make through, even if you just don't get the perfect run.
Because there's like 2 gold ones here, and that's usually good enough. The next one is going to be a little bit more difficult, which at this point we wouldn't have enough points for because it would be 600. But hey, we don't need those points now. We'll get them during the second time we see this Chimp, because we're going to be seeing this Chimp again. Like, I think 2 more times? I think. Yeah, 2 more times.
Yeah, one more time, sir. One more time, I'm sure. I'm not sure about the second one.
Yeah, because he's at
We're
a
going-
bowling minigame as well.
Oh, yeah.
So with that, we first did the secret because it's, I don't know, it's routing.
Yeah,
Also,
it's routing because I think you can mash A when you enter the galaxy again.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit. That's the only reason. Just so I don't actually have to point at the screen and press the A button.
And again, I think that not doing it, well, I think that doing the secret later will actually will actually make you not watch the second star appearing on the screen. So I'm not sure.
But
That's-
there is a second level in this galaxy though, so there would always be 2 stars appearing at this.
That's also true. Yeah.
So during this one, it wouldn't matter. This time it's just the A
Yeah,
button.
as you can see, there's very small optimizations.
Yeah.
It's really like we're going down to the frame there with the fastest thing.
Also, I'm gonna be trying to go for a very specific psycho over here. Hopefully I can make it with this fire flower all the way to the end of the slide here. Just barely in time. It's hope. I'm just gonna focus on that for just a little bit. Oh, barely too late. You want to use the fire flower there to break that one specific snow block there because there's a common metal behind there. And since we couldn't get it, we need to grab another extra fire flower during this final section here.
It loses more time than it looks like because you actually need to go on the other side of the planet, grab the fire flower, go back, grab the comet metal, and then go back again. So it's.
And at this point, we also need to go all the way to the other side of this planet and get the fire flower over here.
But that's lava boosting, by the way.
This is always lava boosts. Lava boosts are good. Oh, be careful of that fiery guy. Yeah, it's a pretty tough cycle to make, so usually I'm not too mad if I miss it. It happens. So after that, it's
Haunty
Halls. All right. I knew it was a good idea to write down the route because World 3, at this point it's still pretty straightforward, World 3. But I think in a moment, yeah, after that's where the new mechanic starts popping up, and that's where the route gets more difficult. Also, there's Luigi! Let's go! Oh, I missed him so much.
The Luigi has to be everywhere. Luigi is the man.
But yeah, at this point, Luigi will start appearing in certain levels, and then you can talk to Luigi and you can switch to Luigi. However, it takes a little bit while to switch to Luigi, and after the level, switch back to Mario again because you have to switch back to Mario. Like overall, Luigi is a little bit faster. He jumps a bit higher, and it makes
He's just better, but it takes time to switch to him. So you can actually play as Luigi, but it requires you beating the game. So this is any percent. You can guess we're going to beat the game. So we're not going to be seeing Luigi.
He'll just sometimes be in a level, and we're completely ignoring him. Poor Luigi. So here, we got some moving platforms over here, which we're quickly gonna long jump over. These first few platforms are on a more generic cycle, so getting there faster is definitely a good thing. But if you still have to wait for certain cycles. However, for these next two sets of platforms, they actually only start appearing once you get close to them. So for that reason, after this point, you still need to wait around a little bit, but it's definitely more important to get to the next section as fast as possible. So here I'm gonna be doing a triple jump over here just so I don't have to do a spin, because even though spins are really useful, they kinda kill your momentum a lot. So
Yeah, especially if you have to go forwards up to spin. As explained before at the very start of the run, you can retain more momentum when you spin and go backwards.
also, we got Yoshi again, and we just got the bulb fruit, which reveals hidden platforms. You can't actually land at them at all if you don't have the bulb fruit, so that's really bad. But, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Like, infinite fluttering, it's sometimes is a little bit rough, because if you just mistime it a little bit, you jump off of Yoshi, and yeah, especially in a section like this, where most of the platforms are only there when you're having the bulb fruit. Oh. I can save this. Just need to...
It actually appeared, the grab box there.
Yeah, but I didn't press it fast enough. There we go. We can still save it. There we go.
Nice save there.
So yeah, I try to keep certain angles, like Yoshi gets the most speed when you're going like if Yoshi's facing forward, it's like the fastest, most momentum he'll get when you go like at an angle towards the back. So
135 degrees, I'd say.
Yeah, something like that, 135 or the other side technically, but yeah, you definitely want to go you want to line her up at very specific angles just so you gain the most momentum out of your flutters.
Yeah, as said, you can only flutter for a determined amount of time before it kills your momentum, so you need to be fast. Sometimes, if you did that flutter without the angle, it will be way stricter on the timing. You can actually run out of time before reaching the star.
Yeah. And at this point, we've got the new mechanic why we've been grabbing comet medals all throughout the run. These are comets, and they basically send you back to levels you've already done before, adding a little challenge to it, but most of the time you don't have to beat the entire level again. So usually comets are really short, most of the time. There are a few exceptions, of course, but most of the time, if you can do a comet,
it's a good thing. It's fast.
So at this point, we're actually getting the first
Shadow clones?
Shadow clones, that as well. Like, shadow clones basically copy your exact same movement as you do. But we also get introduced to star chips. Like, in Galaxy 1, it's basically one of the first things you get introduced to. But in this game, they take their time. But yeah, you have to collect 5 star chips to make the launch star appear. And yeah, that's what we do there, because there's no way to get to any other section. And as you can see here, the first time we had to use clouds to get through here, but now platforms just start appearing, so you can definitely see why this level turns way faster. On top of not having to do the entire level as well. We just get sent to the end here, breaking the crystal. And at the point we break the crystal, Shadow Mario will stop following us, but at this point it doesn't even matter anymore.
The shadow clones are really a nuisance in one level, I think. If you don't know the strats.
Well, it can be in a few levels.
One or two levels, I'd say.
You're talking about Chomp Works, right?
I'm talking about Chomp Works and then the purple coins. But generally, you're moving that so fast that it's not really a problem.
Yeah, if you keep moving, usually they don't give you a problem. And since this is a speed run, it's kind of...
We're going to be keeping moving most of the times.
Now we're going to Tall Trunk. So yeah, Tall Trunk, that's going to be a very interesting one for sure. Because in this level, it will have Yoshi in it, and we'll be also introduced to a new power-up of Yoshi, which is the Blimp Fruit. The Blimp Fruit, if you eat it, it makes sure that Yoshi can fly up way higher. We could do it with infinite flutters as well, but infinite flutters to gain height are usually pretty slow. But still in general, the Blimp Fruit is kind of slow as well, so for this first section we're going to be wall jumping against its tree a lot, just so we can make it all the way to the top here. Oh, barely missed that. Get back here. Let's try it again. There we go. It's a pretty tight long jump, that one. But yeah, for this section you can see all the Blimp Fruits over here, but to grab Yoshi you actually need to go to like the bottom of the planet here, which takes a little bit... It just takes a bit too long of time, so we just use the tree to go up there.
Whenever you can, sometimes you'll discover that Mario is just the best power-up for Mario.
Here we're purposely avoiding the Blimp Fruit because we're actually going down here, because the Comet Medal is right down here, and if we just infinite flutter into it, we don't have to float all the way up to it. And for this final section, we are gonna float up though. Is this section the... Oh wait, before I do that, I'm gonna eat this one because it's gonna be...
Can't get in the way, yeah.
It can get a little bit annoying. And for now
More
we...
star chips right now.
Yeah. And... Oh. What?
Rip Yoshi for... Is it... No,
Oh,
okay.
I was hoping it was gonna fall down here again. Oh well, I'll just ground pound down here. Kind of unfortunate. You don't want to flutter into that 4th star chip because that means you can't do flutters for a little bit afterwards. And that kind of can let you miss this section over here. And this next section, it consists of 2 parts. First going all the way down, and the next section is all the way up.
So all the way down, done. Easy. All the way up. Wait, we're gonna see you again in the next minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna be using Blim Fruits for that because we could infinite flutter all the way up there, but it's more consistent for sure to just use the fruits, and it's also slightly faster.
Yeah, just remember, infinite flutters are usually for horizontal travel.
Or
The best way to vertical travel in the game, I think, is usually triple jump.
yeah, triple jump, wall,
Triple jump, wall kick, spin.
triple
spin.
jump, spin,
Wall
wall
kick,
jump,
spin.
king. Something along those lines. It's that only if you have the opportunity of having a wall there, though.
And you have the time to build up the speed for a triple jump.
So there will be 1 or 2 instances. Well, in this category, we won't be seeing the triple jump that much, I think. At least to get that just amounts the exact amount of height. Like in Green Star, sometimes they try to place it just a little bit too far high up, but if you use a triple jump as Luigi and spin after it, you can usually get high enough to reach a lot of things. Also, what are we doing after Total Trunk? Hunty Halls. There we go.
Okay, there's then and then beat block, and then we're going back to the first world, actually.
Yeah. As you can see, at this point, the route starts to get a little bit more difficult, especially since comets start appearing all over the place now. Also, as it's also in World 1, so in a moment we're gonna go back to World 1 and collecting some comets there as well. So yeah, we're making a return to Hunty Halls here, and this is definitely the Yahoo level. And the Wii level. Like, we're gonna be long jumping for like 90% of this level.
Yeah, we're not gonna... It's not reaching the point like the LBLJ in Super Mario 64, where Yahoo glitch, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty long jump heavy, so...
Because it is the fastest way of transportation over the ground. Like, if you don't have Yoshi. Like, otherwise you would infinite flutter, of course, because those are really fast. So we've got a lot of these moving platforms and these guys that can sometimes be a little bit annoying. So I'm just grabbing some star bits just in case if I see that they're gonna be blocking the paths at one point. Because if I hit them with a star bit, they'll be stunned for just a little bit. But it seems like they're not acting too bad at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot my star bits now at this point because we don't want to have them at the end. And that's where the star is. That's a pretty short level in general. We're gonna be going through this level later again with the comets, and even though we're going through the entire level again, it's still a really fast star. So now beat block. Ooh, beat block. Beat block is fun.
I can agree with that.
It
can also be rage-inducing sometimes.
That's definitely true. It can sometimes be.
Comet.
Well, if you know the strats, it's not that bad.
Yeah, but
it's still really annoying.
Exactly. To know the strats there means you have to jump on specific blocks at a certain moment in time, and in the comet they're going pretty fast. So if you just miss a long jump or not as fast as you usually are, you can have problems. It's not.
Also, a thing I want to mention real quick is like we're doing a backflip over there right at the moment we feed him the final star bit because Mario still stays in the same position afterwards, and if we position our backflips correctly, we'll actually land on the platform or really close to the platform, which saves a little bit of movement in the end there. Sorry that I had to interrupt.
No, don't worry, dude. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to mention. That you can actually move around when you're feeding Angulumas. That can lead. Well, most of us mess around when we're feeding Angulumas because we're really not doing anything else.
You just have to stay close to the Luma, but luckily it gives us a little bit of extra thing to do during that. So yeah, this is Beat Block Galaxy. This entire level is based on cycles. You hear the beeping happening in the back. Like after a while, these platforms will change to the other set. Gonna be trying to go for a very specific cycle over here. Barely missing it, so quickly gonna make it back. You can barely get a long jump off of that block if you have really good movement. That's here, we're gonna long jump to the back to grab this comet medal. Oh, that works.
No spin bonk there.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
you don't want spin bonk stuff. Basically, that happens when you spin too close to a wall. You're gonna get a bonking animation, and you're gonna basically gain a very, very limited amount of vertical height and be knocked back off of the wall without being able to wall kick it. So that generally means you're dead.
Yeah.
Because if you want to wall kick something, you don't want it to fail on you.
Okay, well, we got it. Like,
Monkas, definitely.
it was kind of weird because I wasn't expecting to go over the yellow platforms. Like sometimes, if you grab the star at a very specific time, like right before it's about to switch, it can sometimes just still switch after the star animation keeps playing. So it was kind of improv at the end. Like at least not really that much improv. I just wasn't expecting it and kind of caught me off guard there. We're going to World 1.
World 1.
All right. And I guess we're starting with Sky Station. Yeah, Sky Station. Makes sense. We're basically going through World 1 from left to right at this point to grab some extra comets.
Yeah, you can if the star you want to select is actually pretty far in the world, as in you want to select the Bowser level for the comet of it, you can actually select the word after that and backtrack. But in this case, it's the first level of the game, so we want to select Word 1.
Yeah, and we're getting back to Sky Station Galaxy here. We're going to be doing the very first level again. Luckily, they made it quite a bit shorter, but they've added a little mechanic to it, which we're going to be on a timer at this point. And to increase the timer, we need to grab these little stopwatches.
Can we take a moment, please? Just enjoy the fact that Nintendo doesn't know how to spell speedrun.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention that, how they spelled it. Like,
Speed space run. The beam.
Yeah.
I mean,
how dare they spell it wrong? Everyone knows it's speed dash run. See, even the audio guys agrees. Yeah, we're fighting this boss again. Nothing too much different than before. Oh, gonna be grabbing a clock while we're chasing him because that's probably the most convenient time to grab an extra one. Like during this entire fight.
I'm not sure you can do that without grabbing a clock at the end.
Yeah, you need to at least grab one clock during this planet. Unless you get 2 hits like that, and then it barely should be doable.
Yeah, but it's
you don't want to risk it.
You're still, after the hit, you can still grab a clock quite quickly without wasting upwards of a second and a half. So
yeah,
if you're really not 100% sure that you'll get this strat, and that's not something you probably are practicing that much because it's the very beginning of the run. So, long story short, you want to be safe there.
Yeah, grab stopwatches. You don't want to run out of time.
You're at a point in the run where just residing to that is bad.
Like that's usually with the comets. If you make any mistake during them, you get sent all the way to the start. So comet medals are usually the comet levels are usually the levels you don't want to mess up in, because that means you would have to do them all over again.
Did somebody say the perfect run?
Perfect run? Oh, we're not doing it this time though. I forgot to submit it as a donation incentive. Usually I do. But yeah,
I mean, it's Galaxy 2, you gotta submit that.
Yeah. We can still make it happen. If people wanted to donate towards the perfect run, who knows? But yeah, I should probably explain what the perfect run is for people who don't know. Like, all the way at the end of the level, after you've collected 241 stars, there's one more star you have to collect, which is called the perfect run. In the perfect run, you have to do a very, very difficult level with all different kinds of mechanics used in this game. For example, Yoshi, the switches, pool stars.
Yeah, and well, just mentioning the level, just destroying all the enemies right now with rainbow stars.
Yeah.
Nothing much. Nothing complicated. So
No, just kill them all.
yeah. So as Frosty mentioned, there are cloud flowers and Yoshi. So you can expect like some broken long jumps and some flutters. There's a flutter strat in that level which can be used to save time. But that level is mostly famous because casually it's pretty hard to do. And we should mention the 602 probably.
Yeah, at one point. Like, as you can imagine, if you do a 242-star run, then it's already like after like a 10-hour run, you need to do that level, which is really, really difficult. But then there's this thing called the 602 as well, which I should mention, which is biannual or
biannual.
yeah,
There's a summer edition
an
and a
event
winter
twice
edition.
a year where a lot of people gather and, well, not gather. A lot of people will do the 602, which is completing the first four main 3D Mario games, all 100% in a row. So Mario 6.
Well, that's
What-
Super Mario. Where do you need to go? And that's
I'm going to the Comet, right? To the Hungry Luma. I remember.
okay.
I forgot in a moment where we were in the red. But
Well-
yeah, so 602 is first beating Mario 64, 120 stars, beating Mario Sunshine 120 stars,
Nice.
Mario Galaxy 120 stars, and Mario Galaxy 2 242
Yeah,
stars.
technically Mario Galaxy 100% would be 240 stars, but it's the same game.
You
so
would play the game
it literally
basically
the
twice in a
same
row.
levels. You play just the same levels with two different characters.
So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of an exception to the rule, but so yeah,
That's basically to make it more enjoyable to people that watch the game because you don't want to see the same game twice against.
and also to the runners, because why would I want to play?
Well,
it's
Well, I'd say if somebody were willing to do it to watch that, people would do that. But the case,
true.
the thing is that it's not really something. You can even look at the difference in the submissions for the 242 in Galaxy 2 and the actual 242 for Galaxy 1. There's like 15 runs in that game.
Also, these platforms are going to be really useful during this level. Quickly want to mention them, even though we're talking about the 602. Oh. Having some trouble here. Why is this not working? There we go.
Okay.
You can actually use the momentum from the platforms changing to gain a lot of distance like that, skipping over a lot of sections in this level. I'm gonna be using it another time in just a little bit. At this point, it's not that much worth it, because you need to make a stop somewhere anyway, and moving isn't that much slower, but it's still... Oh, I actually got it, but then I accidentally shook again. Oh, you can also see with a backflip, you gain way more height. Why does it keep spinning?
Yeah, I think
Motion controls are terrible.
I think you're spinning a bit too late on the first attempts.
Yeah. Oh well, we still got it.
Yeah. Basically, what happens if you spin a bit late, you're gonna spin off of the air, and you are not gonna. You don't want that because basically you're not on the platform when it turns around. So you want to spin on the ground and then fall off the edge. So then basically the platform when it turns around, it just launches you. The timing is a bit tricky because if you do that too early, the platform is going to disappear from under your feet. And if you do that too late, that's what happened at the beginning of the level. So, or when you nail one perfectly, you fly halfway through the level. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, you can do some crazy things with those platforms, and definitely need to be really careful around them, because if you just a slight mess up and you just fly off, and you die. This movement is always sometimes so annoying, just because of that little railing there. But yeah, we didn't finish talking about the 602 though.
Yeah, and
so imagine doing all those games before, like,
and then the perfect run as the last one.
yeah, it's approximately a 24-hour run. The better runners can get sub under 24 hours, including myself. But still, imagine after like 23 hours of being awake, running Mario games, that you then have to do the perfect run. It's very well known to defeat a lot of runners right there at the end of the 62, taking ages for that to complete because you're so tired.
Yeah,
And
I'm not gonna mention a thing that happened in the past because the person that
Yeah.
had that happen wouldn't really want that, but
Nah, we won't do that.
we won't do that.
No.
So this is one of the levels where I said that the shadow clones can give you somewhat of a nuisance. Because you're gonna have to backtrack a bit, and so if you're not careful, you can actually backtrack into a shadow clone. But
Yeah. Because if you accidentally miss a purple coin at this point, like for that, for example, you have to deal with the Shadow Mario being there a little bit later. So most conveniently, you don't. Also, I messed up the route a little bit. Should have grabbed these a little bit earlier.
yeah, in the end, the route for this level is just there are like multiple ways of completing.
Yeah, it's not like there's only one optimal route. It's like, or at least there is like one optimal route, but it would
Yeah,
be
the point-
with minor differences. With
The point is that you can do an optimal strats, quote unquote, and still be within 2 seconds of the
yeah.
so
Also, I forgot to shoot a star bit.
that's a bad feeling when it happens.
Yeah.
You see like
when you see that one star bit appearing, like, needed to press B once, and I would have saved a second.
you never pay attention to that, especially in Galaxy 2. In Galaxy 1, you actually have to get all the star bits for the stars that you're gonna need them for.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually have in the splits the star bit. Where to get the star bit is routed, so you can actually when you have the splits, you usually have the number of star bits you need to get in a particular split. In this game, you don't, and so you just if you don't remember, you just forget to shoot.
Yeah. During this game, it's basically at any point if you don't have anything to do, just mash B. It's most of the time that's just what you can do.
Whilst holding A, I still maintain that you shoot all day, all the time, unless you
Yeah.
need to jump. But then after you jump, you shoot all day.
Yeah. For example, you hear the little beeping right now. That's me trying to shoot star bits, but I don't have any. You'll hear that sound probably a lot during this run.
This game doesn't have landing cancel, does it?
No. It does. Just not for the first one. But you mean with the camera, right? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I was a little bit higher. I thought I was going to land on the platform over there, but as you saw, if you lose your momentum with an infinite flutter, you can't really get back with momentum. So it just stayed there, and it's kind of annoying. And then I messed up an infinite flutter to gain more height again, and we fell down. Also, this entire level is just lots and lots of fluttering. Like, for example, this part, we're just going to flutter to the next section. You can activate a platform to start moving over there, but it's a really slow platform. So
You don't like slow things.
Nope. Oh, don't get hit by the bullet bills here. So for this next section, I'm actually gonna let these platforms start moving just because I kind of want to make a small landing in between here. So once we hit the switch, actually these airships will start appearing. And with those airships appearing, I can actually land on this one airship over here. Because there is a common medal up here and I kind of want to grab that. So with that, I can actually make a quick stop and then, do the infinite flutters, please. And yeah, at that point, I just do another infinite flutter from that ship and we can just basically avoid using that platform at all. And with that, we're gonna get to this boss fight over here, which we're actually gonna be using Yoshi for. And during the second phase, the infinite flutters are even gonna come into play. So, Bowser Jr., again, he doesn't really fight himself. He just gets a rope. Well, in this fight, he controls the
I
robot.
still maintain he's better than Bowser.
Yeah.
I mean, he's smart enough to know that he can't beat Mario just punching him.
Mm-hmm. So
Which
yeah,
Bowser seems to have not realized in like 35 years, but whatever.
it's Bowser. He's not the brightest person or the brightest Koopa in the world.
Turtle, I guess.
Turtle. But yeah, during this section,
You were the timing, basically.
also I kind of
You need to break those obvious weak points in the boss. So the problem is that the emmers that are the boss sends can get in the way. So you need to be careful with the timing.
Also, over here, I'm taking a bullet bill with me just because it's actually to hit him in the back, you need to use one of those launch stars and you'll shoot all the bullet bills like that. However, if you want to hit him the second time, you would need to do that again. But if you already bring a bullet bill, which it's usually way faster than just doing that attack the second time. Also, I'm gonna be doing infinite flutters here just so I can hit his head pretty early. Oh, he barely didn't hit him. Kinda unfortunate. That means we gotta wait a little bit longer. Yeah, let's try that again. So you need to hit him in the head now, and if you're high enough, you can already hit him before he even starts approaching you like that.
That was nice.
That was a good hit. And with that, Bowser Jr. is down, and that's the third Grand Star that we're gonna be grabbing. And it's all the way in the air there, so how do we get there? No one knows. But luckily, there's a launch star, which we used before. I usually jump off Yoshi here just so I can shoot away my star bits, because if you're on Yoshi, you can't shoot away your star bits. Because with the B action, you actually use Yoshi's tongue. So during that section, you want to jump off Yoshi just so you can shoot away the final few star bits.
Usually you would backflip off of Yoshi, off of an infinite flutter, but Frosty stopped right before that. So
I didn't want to mention that I made a mistake, okay?
you lost like 1 second, dude. It's not a huge mistake.
But I could have played it off though. Oh well, now you exposed me. So yeah, now we're going to World 4 now. Like I think, yeah, most of the time after you defeat Bowser or Bowser Jr., you just continue in the next world.
Makes sense routing wise.
Yeah, there's one exception though for after World 4. If I remember correctly, at that point you're gonna do a little bit of backtracking after that.
Let's not mention them in my game.
Yeah. So yeah, going to World 4 now, and after that one level with Yoshi, you would think like, if you miss Yoshi after this point, don't worry, because this next level is gonna have Yoshi as well. And we're gonna do more infinite flutters, and this time we're gonna skip even more of the level. This level is so crazy with Yoshi flutters. But first, feeding a hungry Luma, because it's very important to nourish yourself enough, so everyone stay nourished.
Shall we give time for somebody else to say?
Yeah, the host can say something if I want to at this point.
I can say something. First of all, I want to say that we got a pretty sweet schedule coming up with Super Mario 3D Land, new Super Mario Bros, and even more Mario action because, you know, we like Mario games, or at least I do, and I'm pretty sure Frosty does too. Especially seeing as he runs the 6, which I forgot the number, I'm sorry.
602, yeah. But yeah,
it didn't run this time, but that's because it was like exactly while we were at ESA.
Yeah, I was at ESA at that point, so it was kind of difficult to join in. But normally I join in though.
Shout outs to Oddme for planning the 602 whilst people were at ESA this year.
Ah, well, whatever. I'll just join the next one. They plan it twice a year, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's also nice to have sometimes a little bit a break of the 602 that you don't have to do it twice a year, because it messes you up so much afterwards. Like, running Mario games for over 24 hours, or, oops. Even running Mario games for an hour and a half and I start messing up. Imagine if I play these games for like almost 24 hours.
Yeah. Galaxy 2 generally is considered a big wall because you're gonna hit like 12, 13 hours if you're a good runner, and actually a bit more, I think.
Let me think.
I think 12 hours if you're really on pace to win the 602.
No, it's like 10 hours. Galaxy 2, 242 stars.
No, I mean, you're gonna be at 12 hours of run.
When you start, you mean?
When you start Galaxy 2. And when you start Galaxy 2, you realize you still have like 9 hours to do.
Yeah, like...
That's a lot.
Like, you tend to end... you end the 602 with doing... Oh, that still worked. I need to go.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, you end the 602 off with Galaxy 2, so... At one point when you start Galaxy 2, you're like, oh, I only need one more game. But then you realize that it's Galaxy 2, and...
That's the longest game.
Also, as you can see, we're just infinite fluttering to the end here.
At least green stars are not that bad.
Also, I'm gonna be grabbing the checkpoint just in case I hit something. Like, this area is really weird because Nintendo isn't really great at placing dead zones. So the dead zones around these planets are almost non-existent. So sometimes you just fall into the void and you just can walk around on invisible platforms because there's no dead zone. They forgot to implement them correctly. And so at that point...
There's no death zone at the at the actual bottom of the level.
It's
Like
well,
not the bottom of the platform, like actually the bottom of the level.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Well, at certain parts they do. If you actually land on one of those invisible platforms, you can long jump to a different part of the level, and then you can fall into a dead zone. But it's still definitely not something you would want to do. But yeah, just grabbing some checkpoints for safety because
At least you, I think you can't soft lock there. I mean, if you know how to get out.
yeah, you won't soft lock. So
Exactly. That's not like the. I can mention the 64 breeze glitch, where if you spawn the 100 coin stars and get it while you're on the breeze, you basically soft lock because you can't die, but you can't get a star. So it's weird.
So yeah, this is Flipsville. Flipsville is really broken because all the planets are actually pretty close to each other, so you can skip a lot of this world.
Yeah, gravity switches and closed planets usually mean stuff like this.
Where we just long jump to the other side, and luckily Nintendo not placing an invisible wall or a dead plane or something.
Invisible wars are bad.
Yeah, we don't like invisible walls. Luckily, they are almost nowhere in the Galaxy games, so thank you for that, Nintendo. Also, I'm gonna be doing a backflip off that ceiling over there. Roof, that's the word. And if you have a correct angle for that, you can just barely get in range of this.
And I'm having to talk to Captain Toad again, I think. Or no, there's just checkpoint there.
Yeah, it's just a checkpoint. He doesn't start talking to you. But yeah, you basically skip most of this level. All you do is go for the comet medal and go to the end as quickly as possible. And there are even more skips in this level. Unfortunately, you won't see some of the other skips in that one because it's only a green star strat. Because you need to go to one of the planets that you skip that we just skipped, because there's a green star in one of those.
And that's the hardest boss in the game.
Yeah, if you just barely stand underneath her head when she does her fireball attack, you can actually still hit her. Like, you actually need Mario to be underneath her. It's not enough to actually be just on the platform or the spinning platform thingy. But if you're just barely have enough room to actually do a ground pound.
Yeah, the hitbox is just barely reachable, so...
What's flips? More flips after that, I think. Yeah.
Anyway, shoutouts to Yoshi, I guess.
Shoutouts to Yoshi. And shoutouts to Sonic as well. Like, I run Sonic as well, but like, it didn't get in, unfortunately.
Your dream.
The dream. Maybe next time. So I'm kind of sad that can they just be next to each other?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, more letters. This one is from a mysterious person, and there were 50 star bits attached to that. So thanks, mysterious person, for that.
For that great amount of star bits. I mean, 50 star bits are pretty hard to collect, you know.
But star bits are easy to get. Like, certain levels, if you actually aim for it, you can get like 200 star bits without even too much effort. So 50 star bits is like nothing. Or almost nothing. Certain levels, there aren't a lot of star bits though. But yeah, we're gonna see the spinning drill power up again, and
it's the most annoying level in the game, to me at least. Not just hard or just that really messes you up, just annoying. I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's definitely not the most interesting level. It's really cool that you can just basically skip this entire section though by just...
Yeah. The best part of the level is actually the movement you need to do to get to where the level gimmick actually is, basically.
Yeah, because once you get to this section, we're getting to this entire area, which is entirely cycle-based, and we need to get through this entire section, finding 5 silver stars. Once we collect 5 silver stars, a star will appear, and there's not too much to speed this up, because most of the time you're waiting for cycles, as I mentioned. Like, this is all just cycles. Did I mention cycles yet?
I think not. Should probably.
Yeah, this is lots of cycles, and waiting for cycles. Because there's not that much to do during each little cycle. Sometimes you can go through 2 areas at once during one cycle, so you can skip a few cycles here and there, but it's still a lot of waiting around.
Okay, I'm glad we finished.
Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate that we're returning here in 2 stars, but we get a little bit of a break for 1 star. There we go. And we'll just land straight into the star. Because why not? Now we're actually going back to Sweet Mystery Galaxy. Probably we're gonna be doing the comet there, and it's probably like the only level with Yoshi in it where we're not gonna do infinite flutters. Or, well, no, there's another one as well, like pretty close to the end of the run. But more, this is just because this is another purple coin mission, and since
You can't skip level if you have to collect the purple coins.
yeah, it's not like they're like all like the first set is in the beginning and the other set is at the end. It's just an entire pad of purple coins.
Yeah,
So
but can we just give a shout out to purple coin missions?
their purple coin missions are really fun.
At
Cool.
least Galaxy 2's missions are pretty fast.
Yeah, like we're actually rounding in purple coin missions, which is pretty convenient. That must mean some of them are pretty fast. Like there are just some purple coin missions in Galaxy 1 which are terribly long.
Sea slide.
Please no sea slide purples. I remember dying in that level with like 90
Oh,
purple coins once, and it was
Ouch, that's like 7-minute time loss, dude.
Yep.
What the
So here I'm trying to make a cycle here where I can just grab this pop fruit again and don't have to either
Fall down.
or that. I wanted to say like run back for another one or run in that fence and then after that move back. But sure, not falling down also works. It can be a pretty tight movement because the hitboxes of the purple coins aren't that big. But
Yeah, you can definitely easily miss one. Of course, Yoshi runs faster than Mario's, so
it makes it a bit harder to control
yeah,
as well.
exactly. The controls, if you're not used to Yoshi, you not master the game, it's pretty easy to just mess up with Yoshi. So yeah,
But we got them. Definitely not seaside purples.
yeah. Should I mention one thing? This is gonna surprise you. I was playing Bingo Galaxy, and I was actually anti-Bingo, and I won having Seaside Purples in a row.
Wow. I would think that would be an immediate loss though. Because seaside
No,
purples.
because I gave my opponent 3 stars in Dusty Dune.
True. That's like the only worst thing you can do. Like Dusty Dunes in Galaxy 1 is like no. A big nope. I guess where we're going back to.
Yay! So happy.
This one becomes a little bit more intense though than the previous one. Like last time we only had to collect silver stars in this one section of the level. But now we're actually gonna collect more purple coins here. And as you can see, that can make these rooms a little bit more difficult because you need to quickly grab all the purple coins just in time with the cycles, and some of them can be pretty tight.
Well, we're gonna use just a small trick. Well, when you use the spin dig power up, you actually basically your hitbox changes, so you can use that to gain
Get a lot.
to get a lot of coins. They are just unreachable maybe with Mario. I mean, or more, nothing really unreachable, but it can be difficult to reach them whilst trying to be fast in the cycles.
It's really useful, especially for like 2 specific rooms in this one, like the one on the top right and I think the one on the top left as well. Oh, I almost forgot to spin there. I was like, wait.
Hey, wait, the cycles?
Uh,
You actually managed to forget the point of the actual level.
here. Oh, another side flip, by the way.
Yeah, I guess. Because you can't backflip there, it's 2D.
Yeah.
Well, you can't backflip, but
Yeah, this section we definitely use the drill power up as well because if we. Oh no! Oh, that's. I can still make it. Go.
yay, still made it.
But I kind of missed the cycle due to that on this part.
Yeah, that's true, so rip.
Oh well. As you can see, it's definitely more intense than before. Oh,
Still is interesting though.
Near grabbing a few more just a little bit early just so skip as much time as we can. Also, when you use the drill power up, immediately afterwards your hitbox actually goes up a little bit. That way you can just grab the star if you just spin with your drill power up.
Or go through the terrain and just curse yourself for why did I do that?
That never happens.
All day, dude. That's the key. If you want to get world record in this game, you just have to all day.
Yeah, always hold A, everyone. live advice for running any Galaxy game: just hold A.
I was running any Mario game just all day. That's super massive.
Yeah, we actually got half amount of the stars to actually unlock the final Bowser level, because to unlock the final Bowser level and actually beat the game, we need 70 stars. Like, there's a checkpoint in front of it which needs 70 stars to unlock. And currently we're at 35, so we're approximately halfway through. Usually the second half of the run is a little bit faster, just because you're grabbing more comets during the second half. So I think we're still on a pretty alright pace, even though we made some mistakes here and there.
What's your PB again?
It says 3:23 from the top of my head.
That's a pretty good time.
Can't exactly remember. Couldn't skip it, unfortunately. Gotta wait for a little bit of a cycle here, but gonna be using the momentum of the pipe going up just to make this long jump way easier. And here, we have to wait for these guys a little bit.
And there is an alternate strategy, but again, it's pretty risky. So
Really risky. Like, just depth perception in here is really bad. And
well, that's not really that much of a problem, because you usually just try to go for it for the maximum distance. You don't actually need to eat the precise ledge. But
also, very important, if you like turtles, please look away now. Look outside that window there. Isn't that a beautiful sunshine outside? Like, it's amazing. Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen the sun since I landed in the Netherlands. I'm not even joking.
But yeah, no, okay, you guys can look back. There's definitely nothing happened there. The Koopas went on vacation or something. It's, no worry about it.
I said before we were going to murder trolls, though. So.
Well, we're fine. No one noticed. Yeah, this level has just a lot of maneuvering around enemies. Like, we didn't even mention, everything is huge in this galaxy. That's why it's called Supermassive Galaxy.
Yeah, that wasn't. I think that was obvious enough.
Fair point. Yeah, this final section, we can actually do some small skips in here. Our long jumps are can barely reach the other side, so we don't actually have to go for these little platforms in between. And then quickly we're climbing this pole to grab the star over here.
Right, now coolest galaxy in the game.
Oh boy, that almost means the worst power-up as well, though.
Okay, but that's the coolest galaxy in the game.
Yeah, it's a really cool level, besides the power-up that's in the second level.
Well, they had to put that power-up somewhere.
True.
And that's the most fitting level. But
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
I could put that in Spin Deck, but that's...
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna make it fun, even though the power-up is bad. So, because we're going to Chompworks, and Chompworks, it has definitely some cool, interesting strats. There's gonna be a lot of chomps, which are kind of OP, because they're really difficult to break, but there's some really cool strats in this one as well.
And then we're gonna see the return of the Golden Chain Chomp, because...
Golden Chain Chomp is a good guy. Yeah, for this first section over here, we can actually do a small skip again. Instead of using those platforms on the right, we can just long jump and cross and do a wall jump off of the...
He got a spin bonk. He was lucky enough that it didn't cancel his wall kick. So
yeah.
Sometimes you can be blessed with that, I guess.
Yeah, this level is also, even though it's a really fun level, it's a little bit psycho-based as well, because you have to wait for these chain jumps.
I mean, when I mean best level in the game, I mean, of course, casual and game design point of view.
Yeah, casually it's really fun. You have to solve these little puzzles on how to get the jumps to where you want them to be, unlocking the next part. It's
best level in the game to run is, I think, Final Bowser.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry,
The best level in the game to actually speedrun, I think, is Final Bowser.
Oh yeah.
Or the perfect run, if you like, I mean, that kind of stuff, but...
Perfect run is really fun as well. It needs a lot of practice to get good at.
If you nail that perfectly first try, it's so satisfying.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't even be sure what my favorite level execution-wise is in this game. Also, my sensor bar was messing up for a bit. It fixed itself. Might have noticed a different light or something.
The sensor bar is bad. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, this section we have to get the golden chain jump all the way to the start again. So at this point we just have to lower some of these platforms and just waits for...
I'm gonna ask you a technical question now.
Alright.
How much does the Wii U save in this category?
I don't think even that much. I don't think... I think from the top of my memory, slightly faster loading times than regular.
Yeah, I know that amount, but I just don't know the size
Nah.
amount.
It's not that much, especially since I'm still running on the disc. Technically, it's still...
Oh, you're still running on the disc.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
I thought
like...
you were running on Wii U VC.
No, I'm not running the Virtual Console one. Like, the Virtual Console is indeed a bit faster. That's more significant. I think it's like 30
minute,
seconds or
I
so.
think.
Yeah, something like that. By playing on the disc on the Wii U, I think it only saves like a second or so.
Yeah, I
At
thought
the
you
end.
were playing the VC version.
Luckily not. I mean, to be fair, it's faster, but then again, I prefer playing on the original disc. Besides for Mario 64. Because...
Mario 64. I don't know that.
Let's not go into that discussion.
Yeah, that's really personal preference to me. I mean,
Yeah.
you just.
Well, where do we have to go? Oh, right, jump works too. It's the first half of this level is really fun though, because we can skip the power up during the first half.
Yeah. Then. Okay, we're actually getting to the point in the game where we have to explain why the spring power up sucks. I guess.
Yeah, spring power up, it's bad because movement with the spring power up is just really slow. You can't do long jumps during it. You can't. You are even slower than regular walking, so that's really bad.
Well, let's just talk about this. When you get that quote-unquote power up, you're a spring. You're forced to bounce off the ground. You can't do anything besides eye jumping, which gives you basically the height of a triple jump, spin, walk, spin. So that's not even that much. And you can't do anything else.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So far we're just gonna try to skip as many things here as possible. For example, these chain jumps, we're just gonna triple jump over them.
Like,
because-
why would you need that much eye to skip over this?
Yeah, but it's just good
to
movement-wise
show
to keep.
you how to do that, but I know. That's too many chomps. They're so cute.
Yeah, the mini jumps are really adorable. But yeah, during that part we can skip the spring power up. However, this part, I think
Hell yeah.
we're gonna try to use it as late as possible. I'm actually gonna long jump into the
Power up.
just so we keep our momentum from that. But yeah, as you can see now, it's
It's actually pretty stupid to see that. Now that I think it's probably the first time I see that with the eye of somebody just watching the game for the first time. Why is that even a power up? Come on.
yeah, it's really annoying. Luckily, we don't have to use this for that long
The
because it starts.
execution was on point, I should say.
Yeah,
Like-
execution. If you execute it well there, it's not too bad of a deal.
We should really show people I was walking with that.
I mean, I can go to a route in a different level which uses a spring power up if you really want to. Which actually uses.
I would say that's at least 2,000 euros to that, because my heart would just sing just by looking at that. You really want if you really want to do that and want me to have an heart attack, you really have to pay that much, I think, because I'm risking my life there.
Yeah,
that's a lot. Even the fact that I'm willing to go through that should just be enough to deter you.
So I can still hold you to that 2,000 euro option.
You can, if you want, you can.
Well, everyone start donating. Come on, it's for charity.
It's
So yeah, we're going to Starshine Beach, which is basically a little bit, so kind of a reference to Mario Sunshine, because we see a lot of elements returning from that game, including Yoshi, Piantas, and during the next level, we're even going to see some Chucksters.
And I think they took some inspiration for Lake. Or not really. Yeah, there's. I think that this level always gives me some Odyssey vibes. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just. I can see that. Also, we're gonna be grabbing one of these little crabs over here.
Maybe it's the music.
Yes, again. So be yeah. Oh, gotta
It's
be.
very similar to.
Come on. I think I'm not. No, I'm definitely not gonna make it. It's really difficult. You can move a tiny bit with infinite flutters to gain a little bit of momentum, but it's really rough. And if you stand really close to this platform, the crab actually clips in, and on its way out, it actually breaks the cage. because normally you can't break those cages with the crab. However, if you kind of clip it in, it can break it from the inside to the outside for some reason. It's really interesting.
One-way walls. It's Nintendo.
Also,
You should know that they have a lot of one-way walls.
Also, we just went to the top of the tower by infinite floors because why not? Here we're gonna be grabbing the third one, and like this level has also the pepper power up, so we're just gonna be grabbing that here because with that Yoshi can just run in the water, which is really convenient because swimming is really slow.
Too fast for you, mate.
And with that, we're gonna grab the final silver star up here by just jumping off Yoshi, and that gives us enough height. But there is a little bouncy pad on that ball, which you need to move up, but if you just jump off, it's fine.
And now Comet Medal, just a small detour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
like it's right there. Also, holding A.
Also, the well, basically the underground section, underwater section. That's I don't know. This level just gives me so much vibes from Odyssey. So many vibes. That's I don't know.
It's almost like Odyssey got released after this. What? But yeah, that was Starshine Beach one. That was pretty. I still really. It's a really fun level. I would say.
It's a good level.
And this next level is gonna be casually. This is kind of an annoying level and pretty long, but we're gonna be executing a pretty cool skip over here, which involves a chuckster. So shout out to everyone seeing the sunshine during this marathon earlier by Dutch J. He's a really good runner of that game, and definitely I'm very glad that game got shown off during this marathon. Also, I went to Chompworks. Why did I go to Chompworks? Well, just wait one, guys. We're gonna do it after this. I made a routing.
Yeah, you can still, I mean, make sense anyways, so...
Yeah, it's like...
In this game, comets are not star number precise. I mean...
No.
Galaxy 1 is real annoying to route because comets only spawn at certain levels, and that's determined if your number of stars you're already collected is even or odd, and that's messy. So...
Yeah, that Mario Galaxy 1 is really weird with their comet cycles. This game isn't too bad because...
Just get the comet medal spawns.
Getting comet medals and having certain amount of stars as well.
Okay, now here's the level that can give you a bit of problems with the shadow clones, but there's this interesting technique that you can use to slow down but still move.
Keep moving, yeah. If you crouch and just start moving, you move really slow, but just barely fast enough that you don't get hit by the others. So we're just gonna make a little parade here and quickly gonna hit the thing afterwards. And with that, we just need to wait a little bit longer for the chain jump to get in here. And I'm trying to already get my momentum as close as make my momentum so that I'm as close to the star as possible when he gets in. And now we go back to Starshine Beach. Even though we were supposed to do that earlier, it's fine.
It doesn't really change anything. Apart from the fact that you just moved on the overworld into Chompworks, and that loses 1 or 2 seconds, but
whatever. This is a 3.5-hour run.
Yeah, but optimizations, dude.
Right, of course. How could I say that? Am I an actual speedrunner?
Optimize.
Yeah, going back to Starshine Beach now. And now we're gonna show off the really cool strat. Are you getting sick already of this song entering the
Dude, I already told you. My brain just doesn't... You actually made me notice that I've listened to that tune so many times. I didn't think about it before. My brain actually does not care about that song unless you mention it.
That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, you also know I run individual worlds in Galaxy, so you can imagine how many times I heard that.
Yeah.
Because IWs actually need more optimizations, so you're probably gonna reset way more. So yeah.
Also for this section, I'm gonna be manipulating the camera a little bit. That's because the clouds that are gonna be around this tower over here won't actually spawn until I get close enough and I can see them. So at this point, they are on a slightly better cycle to actually make the cycle a little bit earlier. And once we use this chuckster, and normally you can't land on a cloud, but if you're fast enough, you can quickly get a jump off
I don't know the frame data for that, but basically if you're fast enough, you can jump off that.
Yeah, and then if you then do a wall use a spin to gain your back, so you can gain more backwards momentum again. Do a wall jump off of the tower. You can actually make it on top of the tower and grab the star. Because normally the idea during that level is you first have to unlock, go all the way underwater, go to the top of that other tower thingy. There you unlock the thing. You unlock a cloud power up.
Yeah.
Then you need to use one of the lily pad boats to actually make it close to the tower, because you lose the cloud power up once you hit the water, and then use the clouds to go all the way,
Which
way
I don't
up to that
understand.
tower.
I mean, clouds are made of water, but when you hit water, you lose the power up.
It's weird. Don't question Mario logics.
I know, but I always point that stuff out when I notice, because it's just why. It's why.
Oh well. Anyway, we're going to go to another Bowser level, and this one is going to be really interesting, because this level is actually kind of broken, because there's multiple ways to do skips
Should
in
I
this level.
mention, lava.
Lava. Lots of lava.
And we're gonna be hitting that
Yeah.
a lot.
And we're going to be boosting off of it. So if people enjoy lava boosts, it's, this is the perfect level for them.
Everybody enjoys lava boosts. I don't even know why you're mentioning that.
I don't know.
People who enjoy lava boosts, that means the whole world.
Yeah, we're going to be grabbing another Mushroom of Shame to actually get enough, so we can actually do enough hits. And there is a slightly faster version to do this skip. However,
Behind the castle, you mean? Or
the other one.
Okay, no, behind the
yeah.
castle. No, behind the castle is just
We're going to do Behind the Castle now, because we kind of want to grab the Comet Medal over there.
You need
So
the combat battle, so...
at this point, it's faster to go for the Behind the Castle strat, which is we're going behind the castle over here. And it's a little bit tricky now and then. So
Because you don't have, like, camera.
yeah. So here I'm maneuvering around a little bit. And hopefully... Yeah, there we go.
You made it with 2 health. That was pretty good.
That was really nice. So yeah, now we basically skipped like already half of the level. This is see, good I did it with.
Yeah,
Two.
the good execution there paying off, I guess. I mean, that's pretty
To
good.
be fair, usually if I make it with one hit less, I usually kill the Goomba there to get an extra coin. But still, it was nice.
Yeah, that trick is actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff can go wrong there. There's a precise angle you need to hold at a certain point, and if you don't want your momentum to be destroyed, basically. So yeah, we're making the game do stuff that it shouldn't be doing.
Which makes this game so much fun to run.
I'm not really much a skips person, but
Yeah.
it's necessary. I mean, sometimes you gotta do cool stuff.
Yeah. Like if you like big skips like this, if you like Galaxy games in general and you can't really decide on which of the 2 games you might want to start speedrunning, like I would say Galaxy 1 is a little bit more movement based and not as much learning skips and stuff like that. And Galaxy 2 is
Only I
okay.
There's just one, though,
Yeah.
I guess. And a very big skip there.
And this game, it has some more skips in the skips like with the Yoshi flutters.
And this game, you skip half of the levels with Yoshi flutters, and it's just okay.
Yeah. So, depending on what you'd prefer, and if you can't decide which of the 2 you eventually want to start speedrunning, definitely keep that in mind. Also, Bowser accidentally destroyed that, but I should be able... We needed to wait here. He didn't do the ground pound. That's unfortunate. Because,
Did it drop the ground pound?
yeah, I pressed it,
Ouch.
but it's kind of unfortunate. Oh well.
Yeah, Wiimote can do that sometimes. I mean, it's wireless, so dropped inputs. They're very fun sometimes.
We're actually gonna wait here a little bit before we hit him, because as you saw after that, he'll normally,
Cycle cancel, basically.
yeah. Also, I messed up. I did it slightly too early. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it.
Basically,
Yeah.
that's a feature in both Galaxy games, in Bowser Fights. You can make him skip some attacks if you hit him or just damage cancel in Galaxy 1 at a precise point.
Yeah. So as you saw, he did another punch after hitting him with the first meteorite. If you hit the meteorite slightly later, you actually cancel the punch, and with that, it would immediately start dropping new meteorites. And for the second phase, that actually isn't the case, so you definitely don't want to go for a cycle skip or attack skip for this one, because that means he wouldn't be dropping meteorites and immediately goes into the flame attack. which is really annoying because it's a pretty slow attack.
Yeah, of course, it's not like you can hit back a flame at him, I guess.
Imagine if you could.
I say it would be fireproof. I mean, well, technically Bowser died to lava multiple times.
Yeah. So I think.
But sometimes he doesn't, so again, just don't wish that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Oh, Space Storm.
Bowser.
Hey, do you
again.
do Space Storm S in the route? No, right?
I don't do Space Storm Secret now. Space Storm Ladder though, right? Technically.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. It's annoying.
I
It's
meant
kinda
that because it's a very annoying star.
Yeah, like at this point we're gonna be beating World 4, but we're not actually gonna go immediately to World 5. We're gonna do a little bit of backtracking to a few more stars earlier. And at this point we're getting a lot of cutscenes again, where the purple idiot will be talking to us again and unlocking the next world.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure if it's faster to enter Ward 3 or Ward 2.
because where are we going again? We're going to Hightail Falls.
Hightail.
It's definitely faster to go to World 2.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Well, you could technically do because you have a sec. You could technically do the reverse and go Boulder Bowl, Comet, Boulder Bowl, Ladder, Hightail Falls, and then it's actually the same. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
What do you prefer to do first?
But yeah, some more cutscenes coming up here. So if the host wants to say something, now would be a perfect time for that.
I did get a donation in.
Oh, you can
which
definitely
is
read
really
that
convenient.
Did you donate, Frosty? Right now, you just donated.
It's from the Loch Ness Monster. And he needs about 350. And so he donated 350.
Oh, thank you, Loch Ness Monster. I'll make sure that that 350 will get to you, for sure. So yeah, going to World 2 at this point. And we're gonna be... What were we doing first again?
Hightail.
Hightail Falls, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna be clearing out World 2 over here. There's not gonna be... I think we're gonna make one more stop after this for 1 star World 2. No, I don't think we actually are after...
Yeah.
Basically, we're clearing out World 2. We're quickly gonna go back to World 1
I mean,
at
it
one
wouldn't
point.
make any sense in routing. You should already add the comets.
Yeah, but still, we're also going back to World 1, and we already went back
I
once
don't
to
know.
World 1.
Yeah, but then I think that's for the ladder. I don't think there's any convenient ladder starting. Well, whatever.
Whatever. Anyway, Hightail Falls again. But this time, the level is a little bit more broken because meteorites are falling from the sky, and they're kind of breaking up the course. Like, not any pieces will be falling off while you're playing it, but you can see all the holes that have appeared and such. So it makes the movement a little bit more tricky around, but most of the time it should give that much trouble. Here, let's see. Hey, this time I actually did it first try. Let's go.
I know why is that. We still got the WD-40 up there, so it's the rust coming off. Yeah, you practice this a bit though. So
Yeah. Also here, I'm gonna be doing the jumps right after I get off this ramp, because that way you get way more momentum than with a regular jump. It's just so we can skip over the little holes that have appeared. Also, we're gonna be going to the left here, and yeah, we're gonna skip the end of the level, because if you jump correctly there,
E-part being correctly.
you just gain a lot of height, and you can just immediately make it to the end of the level. And
Yeah, as you can see, Yoshi, when he's in pepper mode, he's just
really broken around edges.
Yeah, not only that. It's just if you land and stop, you're gonna just start going off in some random direction because
It's can get kind of annoying. But we still were able to get to the star pretty quickly. Also 100 coins exactly, let's go. And with that,
Boulder
we're going Boulder Bowl. We're doing 2 things in here, right? First comment, then ladder?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, first the comets, which is another beat 'em all up, where we have to defeat a lot of these crabs that we mentioned before. And they can sometimes get a little bit tricky because we have to do this with the boulder power up. We can't kill all of them within time without grabbing the boulder power up. It's just too slow. And since the boulder rolling around such a small planet, it sometimes gets a little bit difficult to control the boulder.
Not only that, but you can only see half of the planet, so you don't really know where, if you're missing a crab, where is it. You can try to detect that by the fact that the planet is also slightly transparent, but it's just roll randomly for the first 3 or 4 rolls.
Yeah,
And try to hit as many possible.
yeah.
Also, you got rid of the blue one of the 2 blue ones.
There's 3 blue ones actually.
3 blue ones?
Yeah.
There's that many?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you also see me canceling out of these rolls. If you actually do a ground pound, you actually cancel out. The game doesn't really tell you that you can cancel out of it.
Yeah, if you do that casually, you don't know that it's going to be very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the first time. But then if you understand that you can cancel there, it's just pretty easy.
It was still a really good one. Like we
Yeah,
ended
it was pretty fast.
And after this one, we're gonna do the Boulder Bolt ladder, which is a very interesting level. Like earlier during the game, I didn't mention exactly when we got the ladder, but at one point we got a letter from a robot guy saying that he needs our help in the Boulder Bolt Galaxy.
Guillermo was their name?
Guillermo, yeah.
Yeah, basically he wants one specific thing, and we gotta deliver that.
Mm-hmm. So we first, of course, have to find him, and luckily we know on which planet he is. And yeah, he wants something from us for his collection, and yeah, we're gonna be grabbing that for him. And I want to mention that the first time we did this level, we actually went for the comet medal, so we actually had to grab the boulder power up during this first section over here to break the crystal. However, since we don't need it anymore, we're just gonna skip out on that completely.
Yeah, it's just why would you do that when you can just long jump, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Best power up in the game, long jump.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to the camera angle for that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that, so I can understand.
Yeah.
That was pretty close.
Yeah. It's more. The trick is way more lenient without the boulder power up, just because you gain more height with a spin when you don't have a boulder. Also, we're luring this Goomba over here. It seems kind of random what we're doing right now, but this guy wants a Goomba.
Yeah, he collects minions, which I think we're breaking 1 or 2 human rights rules there, but they're Goombas, they're not humans, I guess. Right?
Yeah. It's fine. They try to hit us and kill us.
That's a fair point, but I mean, they're so ineffective at what they do that you just feel bad for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that entire planet, it's a trick. You need to maneuver that guy all the way over the planet to that guy.
And, well, there's a lot of chain jumps there.
A lot of chain jumps, boulders that can just instantly squash the Goombas. So, luckily, there's the setup that I use usually gets him through with the cycle that you make it there. If you're a little bit slow and you mess up the cycle, there is another Goomba. There's only 2 Goombas on that planet. But if both of them get killed, you basically have to restart the level. Or die, basically, and then you get sent back to the start of the level.
I would say dying is faster.
Dying is faster for sure. And with that...
Bowser Jr. Award 1, so back.
Going back. I should look at this route before I start moving on the world map.
Yeah, I can tell you if you're missing that, but I also need to look at that.
So yeah, we're gonna be finding Gobblegut again. This time it's a speedrun. Pay attention again to how it's spelled. It's definitely...
we already seen that once again. You just didn't point it out, but that was
yeah,
there.
but now we actually pointed out. That's...
Yeah, Gobblegut's... This boss can be a bit of a pain sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you don't... Getting the early hits in is pretty tight. So if you miss those, it kind of messes you up entirely because you have to do...
Yeah, because tilt on that planet is bad, like really bad.
So yeah, there I missed 1 hit, so I kind of... At this point, he's kind of forced to go in the ground now. Like, normally you can get this hit in early as well. But yeah, now I have to wait for this other one here. That's one of them. Then that means I can get an early hit on that one. Like if you don't, isn't too big of a deal if you miss it. That first one on the first hit, because you can still try on the second one. There we go. Was a good fight.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good execution.
And there, he explodes again. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing him again. There's a different variation of this boss later on in the run, but it's in such
And
an
it
annoying...
involves fire.
Yeah. It's fires, meteorites. It's not fun. It's probably the hardest boss in the entire game, even harder than the final boss of the game.
Phase 2 of Final Bowser is like a joke.
Yeah. Final boss fight isn't too interesting, or at least too difficult. It's pretty fun level though.
Yeah. The actual level is, I think, as I said, I think it's the best level of the game to run. Because it has a lot of movement, very cool movement, and a lot of space down there. A lot of movement and a very, very hard flutter. Especially if you need to grab the combat medal, which we don't. I don't think we need that.
No, we don't need the combat medal on the final Bowser level, just because.
But then again, that's another thing that always just triggers runners, especially on a very long run, for getting the comet medal in Bowser, in Final Bowser.
You know what's even worse? For getting the comet medal in Grandmaster Galaxy.
No, I still believe that's worse in Bowser. Because
the second time you can skip the cutscenes though.
yeah, okay, fair point, but
Also, why is this not working? Hello?
I mean, it's a fair point, but I think Bowser frees longer than Grandmaster. And Grandmaster without only 1 HP is not that bad.
It's still long though.
Yeah.
They're both bad. Don't forget comet medals when you run this game. It's bad. For example, this comet medal over here. Oh, barely didn't make
Example,
it,
this
so
comet medal. Oh,
I'll just take
because
another
getting
hit.
electrocuted is fun. I guess.
Is it?
No, it's not. I think I never got properly electrocuted, but I don't think it's fun.
Not properly electrocuted? Does it mean you got improperly electrocuted?
But by properly, I mean I never got like just shocked. Like in a way you would say I got electrocuted.
Alright.
Shout out to the shame shroom there.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the mushroom chain just
Also,
because.
shout out to Nintendo for not foreseeing this skip.
Yeah, like it.
It's it's like in front of you.
Yeah.
Why would you not? I think that when I played the game casually, I did that. Why wouldn't you do that?
There's more strats like that in this game. That's like, why would I go all the way around if I can just long jump? Also, this final station is just a lot of full stars and this kind of reason.
Shout out to 3D movement, where you're not getting it on the first. You actually we're over an M. If we were just paying attention to the actual 2D camera. Then again, you were not on the same y-axis, I think.
We weren't on the exact plane of where all the obstacles was, so we could skip like half of them. After you grab enough pool stars, you
just
slowly get
weird.
pulled back in that plane.
It's just weird. You'll see more of that probably on. I don't know if on this you'll definitely see more of that in Galaxy 1.
Yeah, and of course during the perfect run as well,
Oh yeah, but you're not gonna do that perfect run, maybe.
Unless people donate 500 euros during this run.
So yeah, the perfect run, 500 euros. You should have made it that incentive.
I forgot it. I thought.
Are we keeping you guys to that too?
Sure.
We're keeping you guys to
100%.
everything.
100%. I mean.
So yeah, now we're gonna be doing Space Storm 2, and this level is really broken. There's so many skips in this level that it's basically we're doing nothing intended. Well, maybe sort of this part, but after this it gets kind of broken.
Shout outs to the best music in Galaxy 1.
UI-based Galaxy.
Yeah.
Also, we're climbing on this wall here because why not?
Because shoutouts for not being a slope, I guess.
Then we're gonna be using this swamp here to gain some more upwards momentum, and hopefully, yeah. We made
Okay.
it. So, and then they want you to kill these enemies first, but if you jump from the ledge there, you can just get the star. So a lot of things there happened. I didn't even explain half of the things that we did there.
Basically, it's just advanced movement, precise movement, and just a bit of know-how in the game. Just basically, okay, I can walk off that wall because it's not a slope.
And also, normally during that level, you can hit the switches to actually slow down all the platforms, which is like...
We like the platforms. They go fast like we do, so...
Shiver burn. Oh. Here.
They tried to remake Freeze Flame, but I don't think the result was
Nah,
that great.
unfortunately not. Freeze Flame was much
Freeze Flame
better.
is the best Galaxy 1.
I can agree with that one. Yeah.
Shiver Burn is cool, but I don't know.
Shiver Burn is still pretty cool. It just has one very annoying skip in this, which...
And one very annoying boss, you mean?
The boss... Yeah, the boss is also annoying. It's really cool if you can pull off the fast thread though, which we're gonna maybe doing in a bit, but first, we're gonna go for the secret star in this one, because the secret star is actually pretty fat. Gonna be grabbing the cloud power up over here, and we're just gonna skip around this entire section. Like, you can use the moving platform to actually go towards a button, which if you hit the button, the entire planet will freeze, so you can actually skate on top of the... So,
That's
before
not,
lava.
That's not that much lower, actually, I think.
Still, it's...
Yeah, so
It's
the
still-
Cloud Flower.
Clouds. Clouds are good. So
Okay,
yeah,
now nail it. Now nail it, because 600 points you actually need to nail it. Can't make a mistake, I think.
you can make a small
Yeah.
small mistake,
Oh,
I
that's a
think.
mistake. You can make one mistake.
Like, these will always appear in the same order with how many of these things spawn, so it's not like it's random how many of these spawn, it's always the set order. Which makes it kind of rough sometimes. And you can speed this up a little bit by if you kill all of them before they all disappear. Okay, we got it. You just need to tie, basically.
Basically, what happens there, there's always the same configurations, I think. Just maybe turn around.
No, it's always the same. Like, I think they turned it around from the first time we did the Chimp.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's always the same configuration, but depending on the chip, you turn it around. So that's... If you know that, you're pretty good
Yeah.
on that.
And once you kill all the enemies at one stage, they actually advance to the next stage or the next round. So you actually want to keep moving fast because it just gives you a few more stages at the end, which have a lot of gold ones, which makes it really way easier because those are 50 points in comparison to the 10 points of the green ones. Also, now Shiverburn. Now we're actually gonna do the real Shiverburn, or at least
The real Shiver.
the
This was a
real
fake star.
This wasn't the real. It was all a lie. But yeah, as you've seen the cloud power up before, you can expect some broken things with that again, because instead of we're actually gonna be skipping this platform, just so we can land back on it once we grab this cloud. Because if you hit the lava while in cloud power up, you lose cloud and you don't.
That
want
actually makes sense. I mean,
yeah, that one makes sense. The water, not as much. Lava, it does. And yeah, we're flying off here because Nintendo doesn't make invisible walls.
anymore.
They did in the past, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Did
before
somebody say 64?
before we head into this launch star, what?
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it got kind of weird there. I would expect Mario to just move along with it, but
Yeah, because you got stuck. Basically, it's very hard to explain. I know what happened, but it's very hard to explain.
it's just weird. Don't question Mario logics.
No, it's just Mario physics in this case. But
Mario physics, yeah. Oh, we're just gonna do this again. It's fine. Like, there is a slightly more optimal version of the skip, but... Like, I used to be very consistent at the trick, but just suddenly during one of my runs, it got, like, turned into the most inconsistent trick ever. So, during this marathon, I always go for it like this. Only when I'm on bad runs, I'll just like, alright, let's go
YOLO.
for the risky strat.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
it's-
I forgot how much distance you gain from the skating long jump whilst on cloud.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
It's so broken. Also, we're grabbing a Mushroom of Shame there just so we can... What? Huh?
What?
How did I get so much damage? I got more damage somewhere along the way. I wasn't paying that much attention to my damage, but...
No. I think
Oh.
that's actually very strange. I've never seen that happen before. I have a theory what happened, but
I would need to re-see the VOD on what happened.
yeah.
Oh.
basically, I think you took damage on the same frame, and it killed your. Basically, what it did, it killed your shame shroom,
Yeah.
and then before, at the frame after, you would have noticed that okay, you still have 3 health, but since it was basically on the same frame,
What? What are we?
I think it basically killed you because it didn't. The game didn't check that you still had 3 health.
Oh, wow.
That's actually very weird. I've never seen that happen before. That's just a theory, of course, but it's what.
Oh well. Also,
Friendly reminder: Galaxy is a well-programmed game.
for sure.
It is
So,
my
because it's kind of unfortunate with his attack over here because I couldn't. It's kind of difficult to see where the coconuts spawn.
that perception,
Yeah, it's really annoying.
camera angles. Shout out to Mario camera angles. Like, if you had to name like a bad thing about Mario games that's consistently recurring throughout the games, is bad camera. I mean,
Thanks.
not really that bad in the end, but it's just there's no game ever
Okay.
where there's not like a moment when you say, oh god, this camera angle is awful.
Yeah, it's.
I know it's very hard as a thing to do though. I mean, making the camera for a game is very hard.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I can't trash talk them too much for it because.
Yeah, exactly. I
it's-
mean, it's just that it's a very difficult thing, and it's not even that big of a problem. 64 is understandable because it was the first 3D platformer,
Yeah.
and that's good. Then that became better, but
I would still say the Sunshine one is still probably one of my more favorite camera movements ones.
they really did a cool thing with the outline and the fact that you can see behind objects because it just gives you the outline. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It was very smart.
that was a smart idea to deal with those things. But let's not get too much into the technical sides of games where you just let's actually show off the speedrun. Where are we going now? Upside Dizzy, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's
yeah.
Upside Dizzy and then Blue Moon. Blue Moon.
Yeah. I don't like Boomer.
Blue Moon is a cool galaxy, but
It's just that you have to do it so often in this speedrun, especially at 242. You're basically doing the same level 5 times.
yeah, that's true. Because green stars are
Yeah.
some green stars are cool.
Yeah.
That level is generally cool, I think. And the fact that they use the ghostly music, that's pretty great too.
Yeah, Upside Dizzy. We've seen a very similar level to this one before. Let's quickly make this cycle. There we go. We've seen a very similar level to this one, and it's gonna be even more similar once we start doing the Secret Star, because we've seen it in World 1, this level like this, with lots of changing gravity. This one gets a little bit more tricky. Also, doing a little skip there, just with a backflip and a spin, you can barely get high enough to get in there.
Technically, I think you can do that even without pushing the switch, but as is the case for many times for this run, safe strats.
Yeah. Like, I could go for all the risky strats, but then possibly this run could get, like, extremely long, and let's not do that. Also, thing is annoying me. Whatever, I'll just take the damage and run through it.
Damage boost! Woo!
Oh. It's really annoying when gravity changes because it kills, like, almost all of your momentum. Oh.
Oh, you don't want to do that. Just wait there.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Kind of was hoping that I could get it with the correct gravity switch, but it was slightly later than I was hoping for. We still saved it though. We didn't die, which would be bad.
Not dying is good.
Not dying is usually good in a speedrun, unless there's a
That
skip
just
involving
2 times,
dying.
I think, in the run.
I can't fully remember anymore. All right, more Upside Dizzy, right?
Yeah, it's just very linear right around that. You just
Yeah.
gotta backtrack to Shiva Burn for the comet.
Yeah, okay. Upside Dizzy, Boom Moon, Shiver Burn, Comets, and then Bowser?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing the other 2 galaxies. Like, just in Galaxy 1, the desert level is terrible. So we're not gonna do that.
I don't know what's with Nintendo and desert levels. I mean, they're really cool to play. It's just so long.
Yeah. Oh yeah. as before with the previous level, this level that looks kind of like this one. There was a trash mission where we have to destroy all them, and this is gonna happen here again as well.
Because Nintendo actually loves making two kinds of these missions.
We
It's a
quickly,
recurring theme. Just way too many boxes this time.
yeah.
It's not gonna be too hard, but yeah, they just overkilled it on boxes.
Yeah, luckily they kind of line it up for you to hit certain angles.
Yeah, it's
relatively
just that they like put an entire warehouse of boxes in there.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
I mean, what do they have against boxes?
I don't know. Kind of rude. Boxes are nice, dude. Shoutouts to Boxmeister. I think I saw him walking around like half an hour ago. Oh, he's on tech. Hey, Box. Shoutouts to Box, making sure everything on the tech side is working at this point.
I would kill his audio right now just because of that.
He's not an audio though, he's just tech. He could just transmission to something else. Like, yeah, we're not gonna be seeing this anymore. I'm just gonna turn off the camera.
Okay, the run is over. Apparently, we just finished the game.
Yeah. He can just mess with so many things. I should keep him my friends for at least this run.
Then you can just... You're implying that after that run, you can just go to him and punch him in the face.
Nah, let's not do that.
Okay.
I'm not the kind of person to hit people in the
You
face.
hate violence. I can relate to that. You don't like violence.
Like, who would like violence? Violence is
I
bad.
think the character we're playing right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
right,
he just... Yeah, Boom Moon. I think you just kind of kill a lot of enemies in this game.
Anyway, are we doing secrets first or regular?
Secret first.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I don't accidentally want to go into Boom Moon
Yeah,
2.
yeah, we talked about this before. Upside Daisy it only has 1 star, so you do 1 and then Secret to not have the star spawning. And on the menu, in this one actually has more stars, so Secret first.
Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, we start out with this little maze here. My screen is a little bit darker than I'm used to, so it's a little bit more difficult to actually see where the walls are.
Navigating this maze is not that much of a problem for the first star in the secret one. For the second, it can be a bit more.
Yeah.
And then the green one, and there's also a green star right there with the maze. It's also pretty.
Oh, it's all green stars are in this level.
I don't know. Then it's just a second star thing.
Yeah, it's just a second star that you go in here because the green stars here are next to that moon, right next to the secret star, and near the end section. Also, little skip over there. We're just gonna long jump all the way over.
Also, you didn't grab the. You didn't grab the checkpoint there, so.
Oh, that's kind of bad. Normally I grab it, yeah. I just forgot. Oh well.
Yeah,
let's just not mess up.
All the platforms there are 100% necessary because that stuff is insta-death. Commentator curse, I guess.
Why did you have to mention that I forgot the checkpoint?
This is gonna hurt. Ouch.
Also, completely forgot now where to go. Excuse me.
Right, I think. Right and then hop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally commentator curse this time. I mean, that's like on spot.
Oh. Yeah. What I said, like I said earlier, the screen's a little bit darker, so I actually couldn't see the balls. Don't think I'm that bad at the game. Like, sometimes I just make stupid mistakes, but oh well. Anyway, we grabbed the checkpoint this time.
Okay.
Should be good. Here, we just wait around for a little bit and then do the long jump again. Because who likes waiting? Like, most of this level is an auto-scroller because we have to wait for these platforms.
Yeah, I said there's not really any way to skip all of this before. Well, I think there's a strat, but I can't recall it. There's a strategy that actually messes up a bit with the platforms, and you can do pretty neat stuff also there.
Yeah, there is some way to actually mess with the gravity a bit and get in the launch star earlier, but you can't do it for the secret star. You actually have to wait for the secret star like this. Yeah, here, kind of fast-moving platform, and we're gonna maneuver it all the way to the end here to the star, which is secretly hidden behind the launch star.
Yeah, that's a pretty well hidden secret star, I'd say.
I can remember that it took me a while to find this one the first time I played this game. Like, a lot of the secret stars are kind of obvious. For example, like in the Upside Down Galaxy, it's entering the pipe, which is obviously
You can
there.
do that as a first star, actually, because you want to enter the pipe.
Yeah, because you're just exploring and you see like, oh, look, a pipe, and then you find a secret star. And with this one, you don't do it that quickly like that. And for that, we're going back in here again. And hopefully not having to return after that, because I don't like movement.
I think that was the longest, the biggest time loss you've had in this run. Not grabbing the checkpoint and dying there. So I'd say that's pretty consistent.
I think forgetting the routes is still a bigger time loss.
I don't think you've lost as much time doing Hightail 2. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe just looking for the paper was the biggest time.
Yeah, that was eventually the biggest time loss. Whatever. So yeah, we're basically doing this section again. So I guess at this point, if the host wants to say something, that would probably be a good time.
I do always have something to say. When it comes to hosting, at least. Otherwise, you know, I do often still have something to say, but that's irrelevant because, you know, we are thankful for you guys because you guys are watching the Benelux, the Speedrunning Gathering. We organize monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners, and we're streaming currently live from Boulder. Those monthly events are only a weekend long instead of the entire week, but are just as much fun. They are at a different location within the Netherlands, but, you know, they're really cool. We are also raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. 95% of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society, and the remaining 5% will help us improve BSG on its own.
Yeah, this section here, we're gonna be having to collect some silver stars. I'm gonna be trying to stay on there while it pops up, so we don't have to find some different way up there. And like after a while, this house will go down again. So
this part of the level is really well designed. I mean, it's a clever idea. It's pretty cool.
They really did as well, and luckily we just make the cycle. Like after a while, you can see in the back there now it's going down again. And
that was like perfectly planned. That was on the spot.
And with that, gonna be grabbing one more comet in Shiverburn from the top of my head, and then go towards the 5th Bowser level.
Oh god, dude, this slimy spring? Oh.
Yeah, we do, because we avoid Battle Belt like that.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Battle Belt is terrible. It's where the fire version of Gobble Gut is, and
Yeah,
Battle Belt is like the most boring and annoying level ever.
Green stars. Like literally doing the same bosses. Like no, they're not even the bosses.
No, it's just an enemy.
Enemies.
It's an enemy gauntlet, Battle Belt Galaxy, and
the same enemies, like 3 times in a row. This is just the first one.
So yeah, we're not doing that. Luckily, in the final world, there's 2 different routes we can go for, and one of them skips Battle Belt. So we kind of have to go for another slow level. But if you look at it, it's not even that slow of a level. It's just
it's just Resident Sleeper.
that. So yeah, another beat 'em all up. This time we're going back to where we fought the boss, and we're gonna be using a rainbow power up to kill off these.
I would have loved this to be the actual boss.
Yeah, would have been so
That's
much
actually
better.
better.
Just gonna be ice skating through all of them. Like movement is a little bit tricky since it is ice skating, but
Ice skating is fun in this game.
yeah. This one really fun if you do this like optimally like that. Just really good routing.
Yeah, pretty good. Almost, you got like 22 before grabbing the 2nd star, so that's a lot.
I think I can do it. Like there were like 2 extra circles I had to make, and usually that's 2 extra circles isn't even that bad. And with that, we're going to Bowser Jr. Oh wait, I kind of spoiled it for people. What if people don't know this game at all and haven't been paying attention to the speedrun?
Well, there has been a pattern. If you didn't notice, I can forgive you for not noticing, of course. But Bowser Jr., Bowser, Bowser Jr., Bowser. It was kind of just expected for the next one to be Bowser Jr.
So yeah, in this level we actually see a little bit of a throwback to the previous time we fought Bowser Jr. Because his robot is still at the start of the level. When it's all broken down, because, you know, we destroyed it with lots of bullet bills. But we actually need to use this machine to actually advance, because it's still working actually at this point. At least part of it is. Because once we get close to this part, you can actually see bullet bills still come out of its cannon hole. And we actually need one of those to break open the last cage to the cannon.
Are you sure you got that? Okay.
Yeah. Alright, this is really annoying because this is sensor bar. I hope that hits him.
That's not.
That's unfortunate. I should have taken a little bit more time to aim it. Sensor bar is kind of annoying, and I'm not aiming for the very obvious target. It's a bit easier, but you can actually hit a hammer bro early, so you don't. Or it's a boomerang bro, I think that one.
Yeah. It's a rank, bro.
Yeah. So if you can hit him early, so you only have to defeat one of the two after that. So let me. That should hit. There we go. Now we only need to defeat one. And we need to defeat them to advance. So it's probably good to mention that as well, because we're barely killing any enemies in this run. It's just only when we need to kill them to advance, we kill them.
So this means we're a pacifist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Almost.
Almost.
We still have these kill them all.
We just do that if it's necessary.
And we're timing this shot just right, just so we hit the platform and grab the cloud power up immediately. And this planet is a little bit broken, just in combination with cloud power up.
That's broken.
It's the cloud that's broken. But yeah, with it we can just keep long jumping to the right until we hit.
I think a glitch happened once. I remember a glitch from Galaxy 1. I still think that's also in Galaxy 2, where if you long jump around the planet for too much time, you just basically die.
Oh really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Sludgy found that out.
Well, let's not do it for too long then.
Yeah, you don't want to do that for too long. He actually literally died in the middle of was in the air on a planet, like a Mario length from the actual surface of the planet. It looked like he hit that plane. That looked very weird.
Yeah. And yeah, we're trying to defeat Bowser Jr. over here. First, get a very quick hit in here. I'm debating just a little bit, just because he's currently luring all the clouds towards him, or at least attracting all the clouds towards him. And, you know, that's annoying. Okay, I kind of wanted to save my cloud here, because it actually makes this next phase way easier.
Yeah, you have to get a cloud flower now.
Yeah. Well, one cloud is enough for now. In this cycle, he'll actually go after us. Which can get kind of annoying if you're not fast enough. However, if you quickly make your way all the way up towards that fan over there with one cloud, if you just quickly get some vertical speed, you'll just move underneath you and you can quickly get a hit on him. And with that, we killed Bowser Jr. again. We're gonna be seeing him.
To be fair, didn't kill him.
We defeated the robot, and he escaped.
As always.
Yeah.
He always escapes.
They always do. Why do they always just escape? Why can't we just defeat it?
Well, to be honest, Bowser literally tanked a black hole in the face. That's a pretty impressive feat.
Yeah.
That's a pretty impressive feat. I mean, it's... Try comparing that to some other character. That's not gonna go down.
So yeah, with that...
Oh yeah, Melty Monster.
Yep, we're gonna do Melty Monster. Going to World 6 now. That's the final world actually, at least. The final world in this speedrun. There's technically another world after World 6, which is unlocked after you beat Bowser. Oh, spoilers. Oh, sorry guys, I spoiled it. but yeah, for now it's gonna be the final world. During this final section of the world, we're gonna do some stars in here, but it's also going to involve a lot of backtracking to some previous worlds where, at this point, a lot of comets will have appeared and we can start doing this. But first things first, we're going to grab a few stars in here. Just unlocking our path a little bit further. First off, Melty Monster Galaxy. And as you can see, there's a lot of lava going to be in this level. So you
know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, yeah, you know what to expect. So yeah, we're gonna start off with this pool star section over here, which pool stars are kind of interesting. Like, the further you are when you grab them, the more momentum you get from them. So you kind of want to try to grab the pool stars that are the furthest away. So I also
there.
here I actually need to build up some momentum like a slingshot to get to the launch star. Like, so far they were usually nice enough to put a pool star behind where you have to be, but this is where it becomes a little bit more difficult. So here, grabbing a mushroom of shame. So lava boost. There we go. Getting through. Just skip so much in this section. Like, we don't want to go all the way around, so we're just grabbing that mushroom and skipping a lot of it. And using these tornadoes, like slowly but surely getting up here. We can skip the final tornado though, if we just quickly go up here. We barely get high enough to actually get to this vine swing. And then with the spin, we can barely get enough height to get into the launch star. And now we get to this final section over here, where a lot of these melty monsters are going around the planets here. I'm actually going to be, just to be safe, I'm going to hit this block once, just so I grab an extra coin, so I have 1 more health.
I didn't know there was a coin there. I didn't know there was a coin block.
Well, the more you know. Oh, also gravity on small planets is weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, they didn't factor in some math that you need to do if you have like very small planets. I mean, for the platforming, but I'm not gonna go into that for that. Yeah, that's going to be. I'm gonna save you the explanation on how that stuff works. It's pretty. I mean,
complex.
Let's say you need calculus to understand that.
It goes pretty deep. Trust me, you don't want that. This is a children's game. We don't want to go into deep.
Exactly.
Also, I should probably drink some water during this run.
That's to not staying hydrated.
Aw. We stayed nourished though. We feed some hungry Lumas. We're even gonna be feeding that hungry Luma in a bit. Yeah, let's actually first move to the next. Oh crap! It fell over. Oh no! Luckily, it was still closed. I'll grab it once we enter the next galaxy. It's fine. Oh. And again, moving up here again because lava once again sent us to the bottom, and that's really annoying.
You called him with his name.
Oh, I mean purple idiot. Sorry guys, it's purple idiot. I don't know who lava is. That's refreshing. I think we're doing the secret first.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, over here.
Okay.
I think this technically would be faster to do it the other way around though, but let's just keep up the route for now. Yeah.
Let me quickly think about it. I know you already entered this one, but let me quickly think about it.
It doesn't matter anymore at this point. Like, at most it's gonna save half a second or so.
No, it's gonna be faster with the secret. Because you can mash.
Fair enough.
Also, shoutouts to Mario, to Wii Sports bowling mode.
This time, actually less motion controls because you can actually use the control stick to control yourself. I'm also doing these spins in mid-air, just because you gain more speed when you do that. And I missed one so far. I think I'm gonna go for the cycle skip if I don't miss any more. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a cycle skip here. Like, now I'm just not gonna wait for these 3 and just... Okay, I missed 2 so far. Still fine. Yeah, barely enough. Like, in total during the entire thing, you can miss 6 enemies. If you get enough of them during the first section, I usually try to go for the cycle skip there to avoid waiting for those 3 on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a small time save, but I mean it's small as a 4-second time save, I think.
Yeah,
it's still it's not that hard to get.
No,
you can just be consistent enough at the bowling.
Luckily, the controls for bowling aren't that difficult to get the hang of. And now we're actually gonna go to I think it's a pretty fun level, especially casually. Speedrun-wise, it's basically the same as the casual way because there's not a real way to speed this one up. But just not dying is the speed strat here. Because
And it's, well, you can mess this up. It's not that hard.
sometimes you get trolled a little bit at the end, though.
That's true.
But
Yeah, I mean,
let's not go for that. Yeah, in this level, we're gonna be doing more Boulder stuff, like we just saw the bowling minigame, and the rest of this level is actually gonna be a Boulder board course where we have to avoid obstacles, jump over gaps, and stuff like that. Like once we are at this point, we can't get out of the boulder anymore, at least, unless you do something very specific, which I'm not gonna mention. But so yeah, basically just avoiding obstacles. You can hit these things for star bits. I think it technically stops your screen for like 1 frame because it seems to be freezing up a little bit when you hit one of those. So I usually try to avoid most of them, but then again, it's 1 frame in. It's not gonna matter too much. And final part over here. And gotta do 1 more jump. Okay. Okay, I jumped too
What?
early, I guess.
that didn't look like too early to me. At
Yeah. That's all I had. Whatever. Oh, we're doing this again.
least. That's weird. Well, whatever. Yeah. You did the whole day.
Oh, that's the problem. Guys, remember, when you run this game, whole day.
And I'm not even joking this. I think that's legitimately the reason.
Yeah, I think it might have actually been that. Running this game and not holding A when you do stuff.
You disappoint me, Sludgy.
So disappointing.
Sludgy? What? Sludgy not here. I guess. Frosty. Yeah. I can't mess you two guys up because Sludgy, Frosty, still ending with a Y. Sludgy begins with S, so you can understand why I messed up.
True. But anyway, we got it this time. Luckily, it isn't too long of a level. And with that, we're done in Melty Monster. We're gonna be going to 2 more No, it's
Clockwork.
no. We're gonna do more stuff here for Wild World 6.
Yeah, it's
We're-
throwback.
Mostly gonna do all the things in here besides the comments. Before we do those, we go back and do some other comments. So right now, we're gonna go to Clockwork Ruins. The normal star in this one is actually really slow. So, but
Oh, and
luckily we can go for the secret.
Second is also slow, I think. It's generally not a very fast stage.
I mean, the comet is kind of slow. It's just really annoying, the comet.
Yeah.
The secret is alright, and the regular level is just long as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those levels where you just grab what you can and don't go for that many stars.
So yeah, you'll see me collecting some coins here because we're actually going to be going for an Hungry Luma. So I'm just killing some of these enemies. I'm ground pounding those mushroom Goombas because if you just regularly jump on them, it doesn't kill them actually. It doesn't even break off the pumpkin or anything, so you either have to spin into them first and then jump on them, or just do a ground pound on them.
You can understand by what is Frosty doing right now. It's going to be a bit annoying later on in the level because you can easily fall off of platform and die, and you have to do that all over again. So it's not very pleasant. Luckily, there is the coin block, I think.
That's not the coin block, that's the star bit block. The next one is the coin block.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mean there was the coin block, but there's a coin block you can get some coins from. But it seemed to have the movement pretty nailed down for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good execution there.
Because yeah, there's 10 coins in this one, which is just what we need at this point. Definitely gonna be trying not to grab an extra coin here, like just because if we grab 1 more coin, then we'll get a text box at the end saying like, we got 1 coin. So for that reason, you want to round out to exactly 30 coins, just to save that 1 second at the end as well. And with that, we're unlocking the secret over here, which looks really intimidating at first when you approach, but there's a really neat skip for this one. Like once we get over here, they want you to go all the way to the back there, go up there, and then make your way all the way back. But you know, we're just gonna do a backflip against this wall here, and then we can just make it to the star. Easy as that.
The backflip versus the wall is actually a pretty neat strategy because there's also the triple jump, but the wall kick on the rotating platform is just sometimes you don't get it. It's just
Yeah.
this is a safe way, and that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. And I've seen that strat like once, but I actually forgot it existed. So
Well, there you go. Definitely the preferred threat for me. The triple jump is just
yeah,
it's
now
iffy.
now 64%.
Right. This is already no. This is just a little. It's showing you what's going to be coming up in a couple of hours because Mario 64 will be shown up in a couple of hours. So yeah, this is Throwback Galaxy, which is basically.
You mean the race 64 or just?
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
be
mean-
racing. You're gonna be running again in a couple of hours. So
Yeah, I'm going to be running Mario 64 in a bit as well versus M3, and that's going to be a really good race. Definitely try to catch that one as well. Totally
we'll
not
definitely.
biased for my own runs, but definitely try to catch my runs.
Who are you racing against? I can't remember.
Mr. Me Mustache. But yeah, this is if you have played Mario 64, you will definitely recognize this level because it's basically Womp's Fortress. And before we're actually gonna go defeat the Womp on the top, we're gonna go for this star over here, which in this case it's a comet medal.
Yeah, there's a star in that, so
Yeah,
Pretty
in
neat.
Mario 64, it's a star there.
no, I mean in this game there's also a star in that. On the comet medal you can see a star, so
Oh, oops.
that's still a star, I guess.
Oh, true. Also, I'm messing up a little bit here with my wall jumps. It can be a little bit annoying maneuvering.
Shoutouts to this strat that Frost is trying now. That's actually more difficult in Galaxy 2 than in 64. 64 you just need to
No, no.
jump dive.
We can just triple jump up here. I always have to remember here that I can't go for the clipping through the Womp thread, as in Mario 64. I've died to it before that. I think, yeah, I can just clip through
Oh
this
yeah,
thing.
because it's insta-death in this game.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, don't go for clipping through the thing. In Galaxy 2, it doesn't work. I've tried.
I just pictured you just trying to go for a Twomp clip and dying to that.
But yeah, now we're actually fighting the actual Womp King, like the one on the top was kind of a fake, and he's gotten quite a lot bigger since the first game, and he's learned some new tricks. For example,
Like-
spawning these little guys.
But he's the same dumb guy, I think. I mean,
Well, we can't clip through him. Like I've tried with this guy as well, probably. Oh, oops, gotta be careful here. Oh,
You have the safety coin. Oh, you don't have like.
This-
Nice platform you're
Yeah.
standing on.
like gravity doesn't work. Like he's just very strong in his toe, so he just no matter what he can just
So you mean that just his foot was holding him up?
yeah.
Oh, wow. It's just.
It's insane. He's really strong. Which I can imagine from a rock. Like,
I think that would have just. Even if it's made of rock, I think that would have just fallen down. Then again, rocks like 50 meters near a black hole. Whatever. Whatever.
don't question Mario physics.
I'm not questioning. I'm just saying. just pointing stuff out.
Yeah, now we're going back to throwback once more,
purple
right?
idiot.
Oh, the purple idiot. Again, sending us to the bottom of the planet again. That purple idiot.
Can we just mod it out? Like make a mod for the game that mods him out.
That would be really good. I would really appreciate that, actually. But then again, the purple idiot skip won't be a thing anymore, because that wouldn't be as
I'm
satisfying.
totally not saying that because I play on for free at aspect ratio and I can't do purple idiot skip.
Aww. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Like the biggest reason I'm playing this on 60 by 9 is because this purple idiot skip is only doable if you play this in the 16 by 9
I play on a
resolution.
CRT that's like 30 years old.
I feel so sorry for you.
It's great. The latency is just nothing.
You can deal with a bit of latency. But yeah, during this level, we need to collect some silver stars, which are just hidden around the entire level. Not too much going on, we're just exploring a little bit. So if the host wants to tell us something about maybe something latency related, like that would be a good sign.
A latency related. That's a question.
I have something for later though. So
Don't worry about it too much, don't worry. I'll just, we're basically at the end at this point anyway.
But I found something thanks to host guy and thanks to me not reading properly, but you know, thank you host guy. If you don't like latency, then we do have a sponsor called ViewSonic, who supports this event with several monitors for the streaming area as well as several practice monitors. Obviously, with the minimal latency for speed and accuracy, they simply understand gamers and want to show their support to continue BSG and to spread the love to gamers in Europe.
Thank you.
Shoutouts to the host for actually managing to find something latency related. That was actually great. But yeah, I was saying that 4-frame window for cutscene skip in Galaxy 1, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Because whatever.
Yeah, no. Just let's continue with this run. We'll talk more about Galaxy tomorrow anyway. So
Yeah, I was just pointing that out just because that was the thing.
yeah. So yeah, the final Hungry Luma will be feeding over here. This one needs 1800 star bits, which means we're like 200 star bits over. I grabbed some extra from the bank toad.
Yeah,
and
it just makes sense. We mentioned that before. Having to avoid and not just trip because of a mistake is way better than just gaining 2 frames.
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be feeding him. Like, we're not gonna be continuing on the top pad over there, top pads over there, because there's actually a very slow level coming up in that pad. But luckily, there's gonna be an alternate pad towards the final Bowser. Like, I didn't even mention the roll map mechanics, but basically to advance, you need to grab at least 1 star in the galaxy. It doesn't really matter which star, just as long as you have 1 of them. And all stars are really slow in Battle Belt Galaxy, and there's actually quite a few fast stars in these galaxies down here that is definitely worth it to take the bottom pad stars.
Basically, this is just a fork in the path here, and this is the smartest way to go through it. Battle Belt is just that slow.
So yeah, the mechanic of this level is that, as you can see, it's flashes now and then, so you can actually see the level. Luckily, I know most of the layout of this level, so I don't have to be too bothered by it. And again, also these star bits and coins around, they help with determining where you can move and where not.
Yeah, they could have placed some star bits in the air, I guess. But then again, if you just it's just memorization. We're going for the comet medal here too.
Yeah, and we're ditching Yoshi because it's kind of slow to move back here, because doing a long jump here is still faster than using Yoshi. Like, you could save Yoshi for this next section over here, but since we need to be grabbing silver stars along the way here, it's not worth it to keep setting up the angles for Yoshi flutters. Because
yeah, it's just basically you might be able to gain some time, maybe, but it's just I don't know.
Especially since at one point this platform is also moving, and oh, I kind of missed it. Oh well. Also, these birds can kind of mess you up if you stay idle for too long. Yeah, I think technically you can do it a little bit faster with Yoshi, but since half of the time you can't... This section, it makes it way more difficult to actually find the platforms where you should be landing, because there's no visual cues at all around. In the other one, we still have Goombas flying around some of the coins.
There's a visual cue, the star.
Yeah, okay, the star at the end. And I guess the silver stars as well, so it's not too bad. But
anyways, you just memorize that. So.
Yeah.
And Slimy Spring.
Ooh, Slimy Spring. That's an interesting level, so to say. It's, and with that, I mean it's probably the most sleep-inducing level, because it's a really casually, it's a fun level. You have to maneuver around, avoiding enemies and things like that. But all you have to do in this level is hold a shell in the water, hold A, and just move around a little bit.
Hold A.
Hold A. Remember?
Hold A.
Hold A.
The fun part is that it was a joke, but at one point you actually died to not holding A.
Yeah. But it's also very... We should mention it often, because it's like the most important thing to... Like, I would say this is a very important thing to bring to new speedrunners of this game, because...
Yeah,
you don't really see that the runner is holding A, like, half of the time for things, and sometimes you just have to mention that, like, holding A actually does so many things.
Or the direction you're holding, if that's a particular angle, that's also cool. Like, I don't really know if there's anything that you just recently did that requires a particular stick angle?
Not particularly, no. There will be a star coming up in like 10 minutes, I'd
Yeah,
say.
every Yoshi flutter angles are
Yeah.
just pretty weird. I mean, you need to set them up very
Also-
precisely.
Yeah, as you can see, we're just underwater here, trying to avoid the enemies. It's definitely usually the hardest part of this level is just staying awake. It's like,
You mean
Oh.
at the end of 602?
yeah, exactly. Like, imagine doing this level after like,
Imagine doing this level like 3 times in a row because green stars.
yeah. Luckily, the green stars aren't that far in the level.
Yeah,
the furthest
that-
green
that's
star is
true.
at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
And then again, there's also a chimp in this level,
Yeah,
which
oh.
you need to get 10,000. You need to kill a specific amount of enemies just so you can get enough coins. But the time is, and you're on a timer, so you have to get
yeah,
enough points within
oh.
180 seconds.
Yeah, but that's like a bathroom break because you can make it like in
Yeah.
100.
Y-
It's like
y-
a free bathroom break,
yeah.
basically.
It's like, well, this is, yeah, it's usually like a bathroom break or a break to grab some food.
Or something, just a cool 80 seconds where you can do something without having like without paying an actual price and time for the run.
So yeah, that level is not the most interesting level. Luckily, we're at the end here. It's not the longest
Shout out
level.
to Captain Toad for falling for the same thing twice.
Only twice. I feel like he's done this so often.
Wait a
Oh,
sec.
okay, no. Let's see, in Galaxy 1, he's in the gold chest, right?
Yeah, and then there's one. I mean, if there's, Odyssey later, I think there's Captain Toad in
No, I
the
don't think he's in a
chest.
chest in Odyssey.
I think it's just twice, I think.
Okay, just twice, maybe.
Yeah, it's still falling for the same thing twice. It's just Captain Toad. Just classic Captain Toad, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, at this point, we have sort of unlocked the path to the final Bowser level.
Yeah, basically, yes.
There's only one thing blocking us from getting there, which is that block over there, which we need 70 stars to pass. So at this point, we're gonna do a little bit of backtracking.
Huntials.
That's World 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do some backtracking to grab some quick stars that are still left over. Mostly comets. I think actually only comets at this point.
Yes, only comets.
Oh, I moved the wrong way. Oh,
1 second gone down the drain. No.
not like this. But yeah, Hunty Halls, it's been a while since we've seen Hunty Halls, and this level's gonna be pretty similar to what we did the first time.
At least it's not like exactly after the first time you did that.
Yeah, then it would have been really boring. Like
Then-
now showing it off again is pretty alright.
I'll just read the route for you now.
Alright.
You just need to go to the B block after that.
Yeah.
Then you go to Ward 5, backtrack into Bowser Ward 4, go to
Yeah.
Starshine Beach, and then go to Ward 6.
Alright,
So that's 3,
Yeah.
5, 6.
I can do that.
Yeah, so
Like, as you can see, like, the route gets, with backtracking and stuff, it can get a little bit tricky with now and then. Especially with the 120-star route being, like, I run that category as well, and it's just so different.
Probably run more 120 than you run 20%.
Yeah, I'm more a fan of 120, and, well, usually I go for 242, though. Oh, grab the star, please. Thank you.
Yeah, the point is that doing the 602, you
Yeah.
generally runners that are game focused do more any percent in Galaxy, whilst the runners that do Galaxy games and general Mario games for these long runs do the 100% categories,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, with those two routes being really different, since you're gonna go for... Because after you beat Bowser, you unlock Luigi. Luigi is just faster than Mario in general. There are some few exceptions of levels which are faster with Mario, but most of the levels are actually faster with Luigi. So you try to do as many levels which are approximately as fast as doing them as Luigi early in the run, which makes the route quite a bit different from what we do here, because here we're actually going for all the fast stars. And now back to beat block, and
Yeah, this is a star that I mentioned can give trouble to people, especially if you're not on the right cycle. Because as you can see, the switch is way faster.
yeah, they're changing like every beat, and it can get a little bit tricky.
It's like they wrote double time, but it's like 4 times fast. Fun fact.
There we go, saved it. But there's really one convenient thing. There's a Yoshi here.
Hey, Flutter.
So we're just gonna skip that section. We're just gonna flutter all the way over here. Not even grabbing the checkpoint. Here I'm gonna be playing it a little bit safe. Going up here.
Same the smart thing to do here.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, I took a few moments to stop there, but as you can see, the blocks change very quickly, so just making a small mistake here, you are very likely to fall to your death, and you don't want that. And with that, we're done here in World 3, so now World 5 and move back, right?
Yeah. Ward 5 moved back to Bowser Ward 4.
We've got this. 66 stars, only 4 more stars to go until we can go to the Bowser level, and
Yeah.
a lot of these comets are going to be really fast, so seems like we're actually on a pretty good pace for a run.
It's not bad. I think this is sub 330 pace.
Yeah, we're definitely still on sub 330 pace. But there are definitely some things that can still go wrong. The final level is just a really tough level in general.
Yeah.
Besides the final boss, which is kind of weird. That, like, the level itself is really hard, but then the boss is, like, so easy.
There's a particularly different flutter that I've already mentioned about that level. That's I don't even know if difficult is the right word to describe it, because for some people it's actually pretty easy, but
It's just very precise.
exactly precise would be the best way to describe that.
Some people can be very precise, and then that skip is actually very easy. But if you're not the most precise person, then the flutter in the end can get pretty hard. So we're doing this level again. Earlier we went behind the castle to do a skip, but since we don't need to get the comet medal at this point, we're gonna... Oh, oops.
You know what happens when you grab that mushroom, right?
Yeah.
By now you should understand. You should understand.
Yeah, we're gonna be lava boosting all the way to the right here. Getting a lot of momentum. And hopefully by holding correct angles when we get through here, we got through it first try. Normally I don't get that first try during marathons, so that's really good. Also, gotta be in time here for the clock. There we go. Make sure not to hit the lava.
Or the fire bars, for that matter.
Oh, whatever. We still have a couple of health. Like,
Yeah,
luckily
you're basically done.
There we
Yeah,
go.
that was pretty good. First try skip is pretty good. Especially because with the timer, you don't really get too many chances to try for that. It's just like if you fail that you're dead, you can't really just feel the skip, then just go backtracking on that.
Yeah, and the same with that skip is like you have some visual cues while doing that, but you need to hold very specific directions at very specific times. Dang it, it's the other one. Oops.
I just hate that kind of skip. I mean, I'm just done.
It's definitely a trick you need to almost learn on feeling eventually. Like, it's like
that's true.
you hold right until you flip gravity, wait for approximately half a second, but it's still pretty precise. Then switch angles to bottom left, and once you switch again, then switch again with your angle. It's a pretty tough setup.
It's just a very tech kind of skip.
Yeah, here we're gonna probably doing like the fastest comet out there. We're collecting purple coins. We have 35 seconds to collect at least 100. There's like 140 in this level though, and there's this easy path to get through here. Gonna be trying to grab as many as I can, even though we can skip a lot just because.
Are you going for the corner cut?
I'm not at this point. Usually I go for it if I have at least 80. But since I had 79, I was like, I'll just go for this path and play it extra safe. Like, you can basically skip out on the corner and just grab the final few over here. But, did it a little bit early. Oh well. Yeah, you can skip like 1 second there by just not following the path for a little bit.
Then I think you need to...
World 6.
Yeah, World
right?
6.
It's like throwback Galaxy Comets.
Throwback, flashback, and then
we can go.
Exactly, the final boss.
Yeah, because we need 2 more stars. Yeah, here we go. I'm not sure actually if we're on sub 330 pace. It was a few more stars than I actually thought that we still needed to grab. We'll see. Time for more Throwback Galaxy. Which is...
Can't remember the comet though.
It's a speed run. speed space run. And yeah, it's basically the same as...
I don't even know why they made the mission with the silver star and not with the boss fight.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like,
Whatever.
just so people don't make the mistake of clipping through it, trying to clip through the whelm.
That's a very specific group of people, as in that's only 64 speedrunners.
Exactly! Oh, gotta get over here.
I mean, I would like to think that the game sold to also other people that are not only 64 speedrunners, I'd say.
Nah, that's...
Or are you implying that like, I think that this game, I don't know the sales figures for this game, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around like more than 5 million people.
I think so, yeah, probably.
So more than 5 million people have actually speedrun 64.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's how that works.
Okay.
Excuse me?
I mean,
I
I know speed.
What?
Oh, you just ground pounded in the frame, in perfect frame.
Okay, that's... okay, that makes this interesting. I have to go around now.
Actually doing casual strats.
Yeah. What's going on? I think there's a cloud up here though, right?
Wait, going for... Oh no, you're not going for Owl. That's wrong game.
Oops, wrong game,
Oops.
yeah. The music is so good in this level.
Well, I guess... I think that's actually best song for 64. Probably. No,
That
Slide.
or Dire Docs.
That or Slide.
Slide is also really good. Mario games usually have good music in general. There we go, just do a ground bounce through all the clouds. It breaks them all and you quickly get to the bottom. And then there's one more star to grab before we can head to the final Bowser level.
Flash Black Comet.
Ooh, it's gonna be a real tight one for sub 330.
Yeah.
We'll try. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. Now do Flash Black, then run the final level as if it were NIL.
Oh boy. Oh, oops.
Since at any rate, if you just don't, you're not gonna get it anyway. So just risk it, I guess.
Yeah, just risk it all.
Just go for it. Go for the speedrunning stuff.
Yeah, now we're gonna be heading to Flash Black Galaxy, which is another kill them all, and this time it's gonna have a lot of these Octoroks, and we're actually gonna be going for a pretty interesting strat here because normally you have to spin into them or jump on them to kill them. However, I'm gonna be using these starbits over here to actually stun them, or at least try to. Just because after you stun them, you can just run into them. I'm trying to keep my starbit rate a little bit up to points, just so I can keep doing it throughout the entire route. But sometimes you still see me spinning into them.
At the very end, there is Yoshi.
Yeah, for the end, we'll use Yoshi.
Which makes like 2 times as fast.
Mm-hmm. I thought the thing was a little bit further.
Ouch.
Oops.
I think this is Rip Sub 330.
Nah, it's gonna still happen, guys. Trust me, it can happen.
I could be wrong, though. I mean, I don't exactly know the length of the final Bowser.
I do.
And you know it's Rip.
It's probably Rip. It's... Yeah.
Just do IL. Just do that as if it were an IL. If somebody from who's watching doesn't know what IL is, I just mean individual level. Do it that you're running the most optimized thing you could actually do in that level. Which is basically risking a lot because you're not gonna do the most optimal strats on a marathon run, of course.
At this point, we can get Yoshi because Yoshi's hidden in here, and Yoshi makes this way easier because you can target onto multiple at once, and you can quickly eat multiple of them. It's kind of unfortunate that he didn't.
Ouch. Oof. That
okay,
hurts.
now it's Rip. Like
now it's definitely Rip.
It was already before. It's like, also, I need to kill enemies. I was just trying to get to the end of the level again. I was like, no, I need to kill them again. Oops. Whoops. It happens. Really?
Just take it.
I blame the different setup than home. That the sensor bar is slightly higher and that I can't aim as I'm used to.
I blame RNG.
Yeah, well, let's blame RNG. Even though that's...
Even though there's no RNG whatsoever. Let's blame RNG. You can always blame RNG.
That's true. Wow, it's reflected
Just
off the rock. Oh. Go. It's that one.
Dude, you're making me just
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, sub 330 is not possible. I know.
No,
I know my gold split for this one, which is slightly over 8 minutes.
Okay, no, I knew I know around the ballpark of time you need for that. I just didn't know the precise amount. So and I knew that it was very close.
Yeah. So yeah, now that we have 70 stars, we can finally go to the final level, and we can finally do the skip that we've been talking about for so long. We can finally do Purple Idiot skip, which is only possible in a 16 if you play this game in the 16:9 layout. Because to do the skip, you actually just need to click the final level. Because if you stop at that spot in between, it triggers a cutscene. However, you don't stop at that spot if you do it. So there we go, Purple Idiot skip. It's such a stupid skip.
Hardest skip in the game, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So yeah, now we're getting into the final Bowser level, which is kind of... They're going to challenge you a little bit with different mechanics you've seen throughout the entire game to, you know... Yeah, challenge you. Because it's the final Bowser level. They have to challenge you in some way.
Also, nice music.
Yeah,
Very nice music.
banger music. Right. So there's actually some skips in this level, including at this section. The idea is that you kill all the hammer bros and it creates a flower you can use.
Whatever.
We're just gonna lava boost into that wall there, and it just gives us so much momentum that we can just lava boost to the
Yeah,
end.
the lava boosting
Lava boost OP.
Is cool. Lava boosting is cool.
All right, this section, we're just gonna try to. Oh no, bullet bill! Ah! I got scared. I ran into an electric fence. But luckily we lose the drill power up like that, so we can actually start moving faster because...
You can actually start doing proper movement, you know?
Yeah. Like if you get hit by the bullet bill, it just takes a little while to get up, so we just run into the electric fence there to get rid of it, just so we can skip that section.
We're implying that getting shot is worse than getting electrocuted with that, I guess.
Yeah, basically
At least in the game sense it is.
So again, more class power. We're not even gonna break it that much, just because we're kind of stuck in this 2D section. So it's mostly gonna be going up and down a lot. Here. Oh.
Well, now I should mention... No, I shouldn't mention that, because it's gonna happen, because commentator is cursed. Okay, it didn't happen. The
Please no.
The Luma talk glitch.
Oh. Okay, fair enough. I thought you were talking about something different, which can still happen. Which kind of involves that planet. But,
I know, but I'm not gonna mention that.
no, we're not gonna mention that.
You should mention that when you think you're in the clear.
So yeah, at this point we're gonna grab Yoshi, and you know, once we get Yoshi, we start breaking the game again. So we're just gonna move all the way to the castle wall over here, and we're gonna land here. And this is probably the hardest flutter in the entire game, or at least the one that there's one harder technically, which I just don't do. And
Yoshi's Star 1, I mean? Or
yeah.
Comet medal!
Oh no! But yeah, we're making it. Barely, but we're making it. There we go. But yeah, if you flutter for a little bit longer, you just lose all your momentum and you can't make it. So you actually have to jump after a while. So you can do like... I actually have to count my flutter, so I kind of have an idea of when I should do it. It's usually around 13, 14 flutters that I jump off. Like if you go for like slightly more than that, you'll lose all your momentum and yeah, you die. You just die. Like during a 120 star route, you want to do a slightly different strat there because you need, what you said, you need to grab a comet medal there. It makes it, on the one hand, a little bit easier because you don't have to flutter as far.
Yeah, but on the other end, it's just weird.
Yeah,
I'd say it's weird.
It's a weird angle. Anyway, we made it to the final Bowser. And there's Princess Peach, who I kind of forgot about that was a thing that we were saving her. We didn't see her at all for 3 hours.
Exactly.
So.
That's a good point, actually. At least in Galaxy 1, she sent you letters.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually remember why are you doing this.
Yeah, this is Bowser, and he's learned a few new tricks, but it's still pretty much the same fight as before. Like, now that once he punches, more of these laser thingy to come out of
Wait a
his head.
second, is this sponge a bit bigger? Or am I just imagining things?
It might be slightly. Shouldn't be that much, but yeah. I'm gonna be waiting for the meteorites once more. Oh, there we go. And gonna wait for a cycle skip again. There we go. That should have skipped his attack. So now he should be dropping meteorites again. There we go.
Nice. That was pretty well timed. I think you were probably less than 0.2 from the rock just going.
It's a pretty small time slot you can do. So yeah. He's gonna do some more punching here. With even more of the later thingies.
Like, it's not like they still not cover even like 10% of the rest of the planet. But
Also, a really convenient thing about these meteorites is that the lasers don't go over the meteorites. You can just stand on them and avoid them. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. He broke all three of them. Wow. I thought he would miss this one on the right. Oh well, more meteorites falling down. And more fire. Right, let's just play it a bit safer. Just lure him close. There we go. Just one more hit to go. Come on, hurry up, Bowser. Don't burn me. Just punch here, I guess. Go. There we go, and that was Bowser. Easy fights. So yeah, going slightly overestimate, but oh well. But we did it. We've defeated Bowser, and this run was rough. So yeah,
that flashback was.
It was really unfortunate. But yeah, there we go. There's the final Grand Star. Once we actually collect the Grand Star is when timing will be. My controls. Hang on, my nunchuck stopped working. And Chimp made it.
They actually died.
We aren't done yet. Yeah, there's the fight is still
You
gonna be
had to do that. I'd say you had to do that.
I hope I debated at least 3 people. Then my job.
You debated the time.
Did they actually stop the timer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire hosting and tech station.
Oh, I missed. Oh well. But yeah, the little section Bowser is just gonna.
We're coming pretty close to time. I mean,
Yeah, there will be cutscene playing for like a minute.
you actually.
Oh.
Oh, you actually got the shell?
Yeah, I was
like-
surprised by that. Yeah. The strategy here is wait until you start spinning and go stand in the middle of the meteorite. There's such a nice visual indication on where you should be standing. So yeah, that was Bowser. This time we've actually beaten him. Sorry for everyone at the tech desk who got confused. I see the audio guy trying to mute me for debating them. But yeah, this time actually will be once I hit the final Grand Star. This time nothing will happen, trust me. There's a little bit more of a cutscene playing here. We saved the princess, we saved the final Grand Star. We didn't save all the stars, but that's a run for a different day.
A very long one at it.
Yeah.
You mean all the stars, like every star.
And time.
3:32:18.
Oh,
That was 9 minutes within PB.
true. Like, it was a pretty close estimate to my actual PBs. At least I made it a little bit of a tight estimate because I thought I would be a little bit less rusty, but with all the things going on here around the venue,
That makes sense. You were also like in the bed. That's I would not feel that great. So that looks pretty good. But I'm gonna just grab something. Wait a second.
All right. Done. Oh, right. Because I was rusty.
Yeah, it was
there we go.
There is it. I mean,
Just so we are not that rusty anymore.
I mean, I gave it to Nandi yesterday in the night when he was running MKW, so I feel like I have to do that to you too. So.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the run. I definitely did. Stay tuned for more wonderful things happening. Hopefully also some Mario 64 later. But you know, with the things going on around the venue right now, it happens. Like the host will tell you, like, explain exactly what's happened, so you'll be up to date. So yeah, thanks all for watching and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Yeah, good luck just for the next runs. I hope that the next runners will do well. And see you guys tomorrow, probably.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Frosty, for that great run of Mario Galaxy 2. And remember, kids, press A. Or hold A. Hold A, sorry. Yes, remember to hold A. Now, the little thing that Frosty was referring to is that we got a bit of a flu going on around the BSG venue. So, schedule can be a bit off at some points. Some things get moved, some things get temporarily replaced. But we try and get everything going as well as we possibly can. We do want to take into consideration that, of course, we want everyone to be healthy and we want everyone to, you know, feel good about being here and have fun and stuff. So if someone's saying that they're not feeling well enough to run, then we sadly do have to cancel that run. I do believe, though, that Super Mario 3D Land is still coming up as our next run by Sharky, as the screen might say, so stay tuned for that run.